Welcome back to 1010's podcast with Michael and Adam and Robbie.
Hello, hello.
What's up? Nothing. What's up with you, Robbie? How are you?
It's raining.
I'm fine.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't even know why I ask him anymore because he just gives me the same melancholy answer every time I ask
Living
him.
the dream.
No, that's what I say at work.
Oh, okay.
Which basically means I'm dying inside. Don't fucking talk to me.
Glad it's Friday, right?
Dude, it's Tuesday.
Monday's got you down.
Got a case of the Mondays?
Got a case of the Mondays.
Yeah, every freaking day. Even Friday.
Day.
Friday's really not any better than Monday.
There's a guy that asks me all the time.
It's just on the other end of the week.
Yep.
He asks me all the time, is it Friday yet? You know, like,
Yep.
you know, like he's having a bad day. I was like, bro,
not.
don't even start with me and you having a rougher day than me. I'm just telling you right now. Like, don't go there.
Everybody's got it worse than everybody else in their
That's
head.
right. That's what we were just talking about before we started. Everybody else's job is always easier than your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
People think, anyway.
Yeah.
That's what they say in their mind.
Grass is always
The
green.
grass is always greener.
Bet you make $1 million working up in the office. Yeah, obviously.
We had a kid from our data hall crew that just recently worked with me and my fiber team for 2 or 3 weeks, and he's like, man, I was wrong about you guys. He's like, if I knew how hard you worked, I wouldn't have said all the shit I've said about you guys being lazy before. Yeah, this shit ain't easy. He's like, you guys do so much stuff. I can't even keep up with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how this works.
I'm a busy man.
It's good to appreciate what other people do in a new light, in a new
probably.
understanding.
Probably.
Yep.
So anyway, should we talk about cars?
Since when?
I mean, we haven't
Did
done
you
that.
bring a beverage?
No.
Was he supposed to?
I was going to bring you that banana.
Oh, I didn't know you. I figured you just drank
Bunch
it
of
on
banana.
your own.
I bought extras, but then
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot.
Do you want to tell people what it is?
Did you try one?
Yeah. Here,
Is
I'll pull
is it
up.
win?
It's okay. It's
So
not.
it's disappointment. That's why I didn't bring it.
Apparently, Nesquik has brought back the banana milk.
Yeah, well, it's not even just the banana milk because
It's a protein shake.
It's a
isn't
protein
it?
shake.
It's like that fucking muscle milk bullshit.
No, it's better than that, but
It
it's
still tastes chalky though.
it's a little more chalky than the
Yep.
than the banana milk used to be.
Knew it.
Because the banana milk was flavorful with
So good.
artificial banana
so
flavor.
much sugar.
It was so good.
It's like those little.
And
what
then-
are those little plasticky looking banana candies you see those before the
those
crunchy
are,
ones?
those are, no. He's talking about the sucker that has the the
No,
banana sucker.
he's
I
talking
have
about
no idea what I'm talking about.
No, he's talking about if you go to the mall,
Yeah, it runs.
but
Is that what that is?
but sometimes they have them where they're all banana.
Yeah, that is. That's what
Oh.
I'm talking
That's
about.
basically the greatest thing in the entire
Is
world.
that what it tastes like?
God, I wish.
Kinda, yeah. Not this, but
That
Original
mixed with-
banana milk did, and that's why I loved it so.
yeah, which is why we bought that powder for it from Europe.
Yeah,
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 and
yeah.
that stuff
Did you not
lasted,
continue to
like-
do that?
No, I only bought a couple of them.
Because it's
Stuff
inconvenient.
lasted days at my house.
Yeah, I still have a little bit left.
Wasn't it really expensive too by the
No.
time you shipped it? No, it wasn't. Oh,
No,
okay.
it wasn't bad. I mean, it was more than what you would buy it had it
Yeah,
been in the
well.
store here, but only by a couple bucks.
If you can't buy it at the store every week, it becomes inconvenient.
Probably shouldn't be drinking that much sugar milk every day.
That's what I tried to tell you yesterday, and you're like, no. That's what
Sure.
keeps me skinny.
I was
Skinny people get diabetes too, Robbie.
I was waiting for you to just be like, no,
All right,
no.
I think I went to bed.
He says,
after
"I
that.
know you're baiting me. I'm just gonna walk away." From
I
it."
saw it and didn't reply to it. I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah, last night we were texting back and forth, and I told him, I was like, nah, sugar's good for you. It gives me energy. It's the reason I'm so skinny.
Keeps
Yeah, he said that's the reason why I'm so skinny. And that's what I was going to say was skinny people get diabetes too.
Worth it.
It's true, though.
You only got one life to live, so eat all the
Eating
sugar.
sugar doesn't directly lead to diabetes.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't not do it.
Seems a bit extreme.
Yeah, but 43 grams of sugar in your protein milk, that's about the equivalent of a Mountain Dew.
That's like a cancel out situation there, but like in a negative way.
That's a lot of sugar, and it wasn't that sugary tasting.
So they were trying to cover
So
up
you
the
would have been
protein.
better off drinking a Mountain Dew.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, was it better or worse than a can of refreshing Mountain Dew?
Well, I drank it this morning with my breakfast, so yeah, I don't think I would have had a Mountain Dew for breakfast.
Pussy.
Yeah, we're going to fucking do it. Do it.
I had a can of NOS and 2 slices of pizza for breakfast.
I got NOS for this weekend.
That's fucking intense. You
Get
guys
outta
are on
here.
a different dimension.
I'm excited.
I would love for Michael to live my diet for a week.
I think I would feel like shit.
You'd
probably.
You'd probably go to the doctor, like, what is wrong with me? And you list off what you ate. Oh, that's what's wrong with you. That's why you feel horrible.
It's fine.
That's what my doctor would say?
Yes.
Oh. Probably, yeah.
It's fine.
My doctor says I got to be less stressed.
What does he know, though?
I don't go to the doctor anymore. You know how expensive that shit is?
They can't even figure out what's wrong with you when you have
You know how fucking expensive blood tests are?
death humidifiers.
I don't know.
And it's
why
just
that was
mold?
So funny. So I was like, fuck doctors. I don't need like, a bunch of fucking quacks. I just do bloodletting every once in a while.
Nope.
Sacrifice a goat, I'm fine.
Get some blood out every once in a while. I start feeling much better.
It's true.
Get some leeches, you know?
Christ.
Oh, man.
That's why he had to move next to a pond.
For the leeches.
Yeah, he
I just go
keeps-
sit there in the leeches.
He grows leeches in there.
That's cool, man. You're doing like a holistic medicine thing. You
Yeah, yeah.
start a website.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's like a witch doctor.
You got to like, when people log onto your website, they hear that like, do the chakra thing and the whole,
He's
it's got
got-
like the music, the
He's
really
got all
calming music.
the gemstones and shit in his house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you and Gwyneth Paltrow doing the,
No, I don't do the
Doing the
healing
gemstones?
stones. No, not the
Gwyneth
healing stones. I don't. No,
you
none of
know,
that.
rub like
Essential
sage and
oils.
shit on
Himalayan
people.
salt.
Essential oils.
You gotta get those essential oils, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, they sell that shit everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like,
'Cause
I
people
don't think
buy
anybody,
into it.
Like
I don't think
cases.
anybody knows what it does. Like, I'm gonna get some lavender this week. It's like, what is that? Why?
Smells good.
That's the only reason you should buy it.
Unless
is
it's
'cause
like
it smells good.
a relaxing smell.
Yeah,
That's it.
I can
but
get
like,
that.
But the people that are like, no, I put it on my feet and it made this other like my whole body
Released the toxins.
Yeah, released the toxins and I was no
My
longer
knee doesn't
sick.
hurt anymore. What?
No, but I mean,
man,
if
you do you, man. If
Yeah,
you,
if
you know
you-
what, if rubbing lavender on your feet makes your knee feel better,
great.
be my guest.
Sorry.
Just don't tell other people to do it.
Placebo effect is amazing.
It's like
Just saying.
60% effective.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
you know, double blind
60% of the time, worse every time.
every time.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's better
better
odds
than-
than I get in anything else.
It's better than some drug that makes your internal organs bleed. You know,
That's just a side effect. It goes away.
there's tons of there's so many side. They don't just go away.
You get a different pill to counteract the side effect.
Yeah, come on.
Well, I know that, but the one where they're like, you know, like it says it's going to cause you to bleed out of your anus or whatever for
Could.
Potential rectal
potential-
bleeding.
Right, but it's
It's
like
fine.
if it happens, seek the emergency room immediately because you'll die within 45
Yeah, but we
minutes.
can't afford that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
haven't-
what the fuck to tell you.
I haven't met my deductible, so I
Either
can't go to the
your
doctor.
knee hurts,
but I'm gonna die.
Or you have uncontrollable bleeding, or you're in the poorhouse because you went to the ER.
but you know what? At
Those are
least-
your options.
At
I'm
least
dead.
I smell pretty with my lavender feet.
Yep.
And you can tell people on the internet about it. You could start an Instagram specifically for
Be
your.
more popular than this, I bet.
Start a podcast
It would. It'd
about,
have thousands and
about
thousands
your
of followers.
essential
It would
oils.
have more downloads than this does.
Not that that's an accomplishment.
Do I know anybody from Spencer?
Yeah,
Are you gonna
probably.
answer that?
Are you gonna answer that on the podcast?
Then go away.
Robbie had a brief moment where he thought he won $2 million.
Yeah, because other people from Collins Aerospace in Iowa won. Not me.
It's probably Robbie. That's my luck too, man.
That happens.
At least you didn't lose a ticket.
Yeah, it's back to the lottery thing again.
Yeah,
isn't
James texted me. He's like, "Man, that hurts." Yeah,
It? Don't
fucking
rub
tell
it.
me
Don't just
about
bring
it.
it up. I was having
Thanks,
a fine
James.
day. I was having a mediocre day until you sent that, and I'm having a real shitty one.
He sent me a GIF of Pinocchio saying, "I'm a real boy." I'm like, "Sure, yeah."
Not buying
It's not a real person, man. He's just an elaborate algorithm. Never seen him.
it. But he is giving away a custom 16 by 20 inch artwork from Eyes Up
Somebody
Auto
is.
Art.
Well, Zach is.
Zach
Yeah,
is. We know Zach's real.
Somebody is.
And
Yeah.
the government.
Yeah.
What
So
about the government?
They're giving it away.
Who is?
Zach and the government.
you're getting this tax free, if that's what you're asking.
I don't know what's happening.
James is the.
Oh, he's the government. Oh,
He is a
I thought he
part-
was. I thought maybe he was the
government shill.
He might be that, but I was thinking maybe he's an elaborate Amazon algorithm.
Oh no, because he works for NASA,
Right.
Which makes him the government.
Oh, I see. Oh,
And
I
he's-
get it, because they're trying to get us to believe in the space
Right.
program.
Welcome to the
Like,
conversation.
why would they just all of a sudden drop this dude that's a race car driver
Yeah.
from Australia in our
Yeah.
lap, and he
Yeah.
works for NASA,
Right.
so that they can
Last time,
legitimize NASA.
The government gives one of these NASA employees to
Right.
every podcast.
Yeah, or they could be like a. You could work for the
He's-
defense department.
He's our
defense
handler.
department.
He feeds us information and
Yeah.
hoping that we'll relay
Propaganda.
it.
Well,
and
That's what I'm
people
saying.
will
If,
believe
if,
it.
if we had, instead of getting a NASA one, we had gotten a Defense Department one.
That would have been more interesting, at least.
But he'd probably be telling us, like doing the rah pro USA thing. You know what I mean? But he's the one that keeps telling us,
This
like,
is
oh
America.
no,
Oh, really?
the Earth isn't flat. Like, you know what I mean? It's round.
It's clearly working. I bought American vehicles, American engines. I completely shifted.
Yeah. At one point,
The propaganda machine that is this podcast
at one
is
point,
working.
he literally said, "I would never ever put an LS in my 240."
Ooh,
On
you
this
just found,
podcast.
you just found something for Daniel to do.
No, that literally happened.
I know, but he can go find it.
It's like 30 seconds into an episode.
He never went and found it.
But he can go find it now.
He didn't, though.
But he can.
He didn't.
It's something for him to do.
It actually
he has a
hap-
hole in his life now because he found the minivan
He
audio.
doctored some audio.
No.
No,
He found it.
Last time James sent me a package, it had a bunch of NASA propaganda in it, like stickers and stuff.
Yeah, see? I'm telling you.
Seems real sketchy, man. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
KangaMotorsports.com / giveaway.
Backsplash is something
Backsplash?
different, right?
Backsplash giveaway.
No, that was kitchen redecorating.
I'd love a new backsplash. So if somebody knows about a backsplash giveaway, hit me up. I'll apply to that shit for sure. But this will still be open when this podcast comes out, right? But your window
Yes.
is closing.
The window
Just.
is closed. This should be the last episode that we can tell people to do this.
Can we say that?
And I
Yes,
have
I
How
just
not.
good
looked
is your
at it.
math game?
I just looked at it. We're
Okay.
good.
I have
All right.
not signed up because I feel like, what if I win? And then
Right,
people
exactly.
People are gonna be like, wow.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, conspiracy,
Fuck those
conspiracy.
guys. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I haven't done it.
Haven't done it.
Because he like texted me, he's like, "Oh, you can join." I'm like,
No,
nah."
because if I win, I can't acknowledge that I got it.
People send us free shit all the time. Most of it's
Put
useless.
me on your mail. I don't
There's a
know.
stack of it over there.
We should give that away.
Well, oh, we should. You know what? Actually, yeah, we should. I want to say that we should take that this weekend because it's Kanga shirts and we could give them away to people. And there's some other stuff too, but I'm not going to fucking remember that box. So
If I remember it when this podcast is over, then we'll do it.
okay. But I would like to give those away to people at the racetrack. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at. We'll give SCCA stickers away at an SCCA event.
Yeah, because I have 14,000 of them. I don't know what to do with them. John must have gotten
That's where all your membership
literally
dues go.
literally
Right there.
100,000 stickers.
Yeah, that's where all
I've never
your,
seen so many in my entire
that's
life.
where all your membership fees go. Right there.
Is to John's van and the stickers.
Yeah, I just spent $80 on that shit right there.
This is actually
least they can do is
quite
give
the
you a
sticker thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? With all the little stickers and all the die cutting and all that stuff and the printing.
My kid got a hold of one of those because I have like 10 of them at my house, right? So my kid got a hold of one of those, and now there's like wheel stickers and SCCA stickers on my coffee table and on my kitchen floor and just around.
Great.
Sounds like John's fault. Johan's fault.
I blame everything on John. Johan.
I would.
He's not here.
I called
This is a great story.
I called the national office, right? Because I needed to renew my membership. And the lady's like, "Would you like me to mail your..." Because I told her I was going to be in Topeka this weekend.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, should we like hold your membership card so you can have it?" And I was like, "Could you give it to John?" And I said, Burchard?
We don't know how to say his last name. That's
Right,
what
and-
started Johan.
And then she corrected me on his last name. And I was like, to be honest, I don't know what his name is. I call him Johan Burchet. And she's like, "What's that?" So I explained to her that she needs to call him Johan from now on. And she said that she certainly would.
I might just call a national office and like dial random extensions. Hey, listen, just stick with me for a second.
I know you're busy.
John Burchard or whatever his name is. I don't care how
Johan
you say
Burchet?
it. Johan Burchet. If you could write it down and call him that from now on, that would be excellent.
Well, and then she asked me how to spell it so she could text him and tell him
No.
that she had my membership card
oh, okay.
and that he needed to come pick it up. And I was like, John? And she was like, 1 N or 2? And I was like, let's go 2 N's. 'cause
Yeah,
that
woo.
seems more fancy, right?
Yeah. Glad the 2 ends catching on.
So, Johan.
So if you are aboard, call the national office and ask for Johan.
Oh, no.
I would please do it. Because how funny would that be? Like if we got a text from Hayward like stop.
Seriously, guys.
Stop.
It was funny.
It
It's
was
not
funny
funny.
for like a week. It's not funny anymore. That's hilarious, dude. That would be so funny.
That's one way to make an impression.
Everybody there would know who we are at that point. If you don't know before, now you know. All right, what were we talking about? Oh, we're gonna do an opener, right?
Yeah, probably.
I guess. I don't know.
Get your painting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Backsplash giveaway.
Hell yeah. Ooh, is Booney doing a backsplash giveaway?
He should.
He
Good.
Oh, we'll talk to him about a backsplash giveaway.
It could be factorfabrication.com /backsplash.
Backsplash. It's just a matter of adding a page, you know?
That's
Robbie
great.
we'd make Robbie say it every week.
I couldn't do it.
Backsplash.
No way. You'd never forget what it was, though. You just
It's
couldn't
true.
say it.
That's great marketing. It's
yeah.
perfect marketing.
Yeah.
You were doing an opener, right?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I don't know where I found this article, but somehow I came across this. I sent it to Robbie. He probably didn't even open this.
Strongtowns.org.
I
Don't want to go on that.
dude. It was
website.
probably some.
What are you doing on these, like,
Dude, it was probably some Facebook
Mothers
targeted.
Against Drunk Driving.org?
It's probably some Facebook targeted ad thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they were talking about road design in neighborhoods and how the design of the road and the surrounding area can play more into the safety of that neighborhood than the speed limit could ever do.
Yes.
And they post two pictures. One of them is of a painfully standard suburban.
That's made.
Waukee.
Yeah, it's like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Max.
And so, it's big open skies.
3 trees.
The houses are 60 to 80 feet back away from the road.
But they're 10 feet apart from each other.
right. They're nut to butt.
Ah.
I
Penis.
got to use it again. Nut to butt.
No. Still disagree. Who do you even say that to? You can't say it at work.
You say it to
I've
everybody.
said it twice in 3 weeks.
You can't
We
say
say
it
it
at work.
all the time. If there's two of us in a bucket, because something's really
Nah,
heavy,
man, that's not where it's at.
You ask them
I'm
before
quite,
the first
quite
person.
certain that's
The first person
That's
gets
too
in the
literal.
bucket, and then you go. The second person is obligated to say, "Do you want butt to butt or nut to butt, or nut to nut?"
It's too literal.
How are we doing
It's
this?
too literal. It's too literal. When it's figurative,
how do you have a job?
it's passable. When it's literal,
HR
it's not
does
okay.
not come with me when I leave
They're not
the
in the
office.
They're not in the
That's
bucket.
how I have
They're
a
not
job.
in the bucket.
What happens in the bucket stays in the bucket or goes on the podcast.
Right. Nut to butt. It's fine. Just go with it. It's a technical industry term. It's fine.
Fair enough.
I'm not fast enough in my cousin Vinny reference. Go ahead,
Not
continue.
there. But anyway, the second picture that they showed is like a forested,
Old neighborhood.
older neighborhood where the trees are right up against the road. The houses are probably closer to the road. Everything feels tighter, more confined. And what they're saying is, they ask which one of these. They suggest like it was designed as such, but they say which one of these two situations was designed to be safer.
Neither.
And what they're trying to say is that the situation of where you're driving can play as much into how comfortable you feel going, what
speed.
comfortable speed you feel versus having any speed limit sign. Because in the top picture where you've got this wide open spaces, doing 30, 40 miles an hour doesn't feel out of place and uncomfortable. Whereas, the speed limit should be 20 or 25 because
Right.
you're in a residential neighborhood with lots of people, lots of kids, lots of crazy things. And the other one, because everything's so tightly packed around you and you feel more closed in, your subconscious is just more naturally,
You're
ways towards
expecting
going
something
slower.
to just go across the road in front of you.
Right. And so they try to make this suggestion that we need to be cognizant of designing our roads and our neighborhoods and stuff like this in a manner that will naturally steer people towards being slower as they drive through these places. And I think that they're right. And I hate going through. I mean, maybe a lot of cities are this way, but it seems like Des Moines suburbs are really bad about like building sections with no forethought to the idea that someday they aren't going to be the edge of town.
Yeah, probably.
And so you'll build this housing development, right? And it's got, say, 250 houses in it, and there's like 2 ways in and 2 ways out. And then they'll build another housing development right behind it. And dude, like, you could be your next door neighbor, your backyard neighbor. If you want to drive to his house, that could be a 10 or 15 minute ordeal.
Yeah,
Because you got to drive to the other side of the housing development, get out, drive all the way around to the other side of his housing development, drive in, and drive all the way around. And like, It's confusing. It's dangerous. It sucks. All these like curving, twisting roads. It's just a really bad way to design roads, and I hate it.
I have a theory.
Okay.
I think that all road design and parking lot design is done by first-year engineers.
Not even, because they teach you this shit in engineering school.
I don't think that it's.
There's a theory called the ideal city. It's a fucking circle.
Yeah.
And it grows.
Starts in the middle and works its way out.
So why do they design places you can't get out of?
I don't think that it's designed with thought. I don't think that civil engineers are designing this. I think that Barbara thinks she's smart and is a realtor and has kind of turned her way towards being a land developer, and she's designing these stupid housing developments, and her husband's building all these houses, and they're making millions of dollars off of people because you buy the land from her, and then her husband builds the house, and then she sells it when you go bankrupt in 2 years.
An engineer still got to sign off on it, though. It's all got to go through the city.
But I just think that stuff gets rolled through so quickly that they don't care.
It's all about money. However many gets pack all the houses in there. The more houses per square mile, is more money.
You know that Adam Ruins Everything show?
Yeah, this show.
Yes!
I mean, that too.
It's not as good as the grinder joke.
Fuck off!
The grinder joke was excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You got to get one in at every 170 some episods or so. I got to get one in, right?
You might be qualified for joke of the week, but I don't think it's joke of the month. Sorry, Robbie.
Hurtful.
But they did one about this, and he was talking about how these roads that curve around and all this stuff, that there's a higher percentage of pedestrian accidents in these roads because as you're coming around the corner, you can't see what you're coming into, and you'll hit things. Response time for firefighter and other emergency services are higher. Therefore, your homeowner's insurance is higher because they base that stuff off of that.
Yes.
Robbie knows that all too well.
You know how expensive it is when your next fire department is like 20 miles away? It's very expensive. It's like really expensive.
Just let it burn, baby.
Yeah, at that point, it's
Write it off.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
But we keep doing it.
Well, yeah.
Why?
Because people ain't no good.
It's because people ain't no good, and we literally build something out in the middle of fucking nowhere and don't think that we're going to build anything else. And then literally 2 months later, somebody builds something else.
Yeah, that's how towns start.
Mm-hmm.
When you build shit out in the middle of nowhere, that's how a town starts someday.
They should, whoever's working for the city, should say, no, I'm not going to let you do that. You have to make a through road, or you have to make a grid, or you have to make whatever. You can't just make one entrance into, what's going to be 30 houses.
Yeah. And as the utility contractor that has to put all the shit in to feed all the houses, it's a real pain in the ass when you do this.
Factorfabrication.com.
Factorfabrication.com. But seriously, if you need stairs or other
stuff,
or other stuff,
residential,
or
fabrication,
furniture. He does have furniture.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. That he sells furniture.
Yeah, he's got some of it at the shop too.
Robbie says
saw the chair the other day.
That he's got a bunch of uncomfortable chairs at his house.
His house has them too. That octagon table is at his house.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, is this? I'm on the website now.
Me too.
There you go. He's got
table legs,
feet for tables and stuff like that.
Tabletops.
He'll make you the table.
Yeah, he'll stand next to it, take a picture with it if you need him to.
Yeah, that's Booney right there. He's modeling that table.
Yeah, there you go.
Looks good too.
Real good.
Looks real good.
All right, let's move on. What have you been up to, Robbie? You've been a busy man.
I've just been hanging out playing Nintendo.
No, you have not. That is not true.
Do you even own a Nintendo?
No, I got rid of it. I don't have time.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been working on the Z a little.
Yes.
I got the engine in. The fun part about building a car that you didn't take apart, you do everything twice.
Oh,
it's super
don't
fun.
I know?
Super fun. Because I have a box full of parts. Actually, I have 6 or 7 totes full of parts. And then I bought the engine, also in 3 totes. So I have just totes in my garage of parts. So what's really fun is when you spend 30 minutes looking for a part you think you saw, can't find it.
It's in one of these goddamn totes somewhere.
You're just emptying totes, then you're refilling the totes, then you go back and empty it again because you're like, it has to.
Because you don't want to tear all the totes out
Yep.
and lay them on the floor.
Which I do. And then after that, I go, okay, I don't have it. I never had it. I don't have it.
Nope.
I imagined
so
it.
then you give up and you go to town.
I go to the eBay and I order the part because they don't have it in town. Like the fan pulley that they just don't have.
Well, I was going to say that you give up and you go to town, and on your way into town, as you're merging onto the interstate, you get passed by your fellow podcasting friend who waves at you as you drive by, and then you call him, say, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
What happened?
Him and I met merging onto the interstate.
Yeah, he was
bizarre.
He was pulling onto the interstate.
I need some bolts.
I'm hauling ass down the interstate in my work truck, and I was like, see a red Avalanche come. I was like, I'm about at the coming exit, aren't I? Like,
Yep,
I'll bet that's Robbie fucking Veerhout.
it was.
And I pull up next, I'm like, that's Robbie fucking Veerhout. Hey, buddy.
Did some waving.
Yeah, and then he called me.
Yep.
It was great.
Yeah.
That's as much social interaction as Robbie needed. That was
No
maximum.
joke. From Thursday night till Sunday afternoon, the only people I spoke to were the people at the store that I purchased things from. No social interaction with anybody. I had the house to myself. It was wonderful. I went to work on Monday and like what'd you do this week? I was like,
Not a thing.
well, I was gonna go to the lake, and that didn't happen because her family's in the farm, so she just went to her parents' place. And I'm like, I got all this stuff I want to get done. Can I just stay here? Yeah, that's fine. Worked on the cars all weekend, and then on Monday, and they're asking what I did. I was like, yeah, I just stayed at home, worked on my cars, didn't talk to anybody for like 3 straight days. I literally took a vacation day.
You took
And
Friday off just to not talk to people?
I had it off and was like, you know what? I don't feel like going to work today. I want to work on the cars. And then my boss goes to me. I was like, yeah, I didn't talk to anybody for almost 3 days. Like besides like a few quick phone calls with Jess to just, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
He goes, you know what? I'd pay good money for that.
I think that's the truth.
Yeah, it was nice. So yeah, Friday I spent all day getting the engine in, installing things, like getting I got the drivetrain all assembled. Like I was putting the shifter in, and then it's like, this doesn't feel right. So I'm looking it up. I was like, oh, it's because there's a spring that goes below everything, so the whole thing has to come out. So then I found the spring which was in the tote.
Well, yeah.
So then I put that in the shifter area, and everything works.
Great.
So then I went and started installing the engine, and what's really fun? Routing a harness
That
you've never taken apart.
Yeah, that would
So you
suck.
get to do that 2 or 3 times. So
You just need to find one thing that fits into another.
And then work your way back.
Work your way off of that like in a spider web fashion.
So I have the factory service manual, and I looked it up. There's no routing in the whole manual.
No, I'm sure not.
Because they just assume you know how that goes.
Right.
The engine, step-by-step process. Easy. Cake.
Yep.
No big deal. Finding where to start with your harness, especially when it had an aftermarket ECU that had different plugs than what the OEM one does.
Oh, no.
Pretty fucking hard. And you totally forget that fact until it's completely installed and you realize these 8 connectors don't go anywhere.
Do they need to? Mm-hmm. So you have to buy factory connectors?
Because the other OEM harness laying on my floor was the one I should have put
Oh
in.
no!
No.
So I
With 2 harnesses.
he gave me 2 harnesses. One was for his Haltech.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's got different O2 sensors. It's got a different MAF setup. It's got just different connectors. So I have it installed, and I have different connectors that are clearly not quite right. So I'm like looking at it, going, "This ain't right." And then the epiphany after it's basically installed, it was like, "Oh yeah, I'm an idiot." So then I pull it out and then put the other one in. And then I get everything to work and realize I'm missing 2 O2 sensors, so I have to go order those. But then of course they're different. I have to make sure I get the downstream ones because I have the upstream ones, but I need the downstream ones.
Yep, I remember dealing with that on the Z.
So I had to order those.
Nothing like having 4 O2 sensors on a car.
Yeah, it's great.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, it's great. And then they have different plugs, so they're not the same.
Nope.
The blue one and the green one.
Yeah. Well, you got to have different plugs, or else you could plug an upstream one into a downstream spot.
Whatever.
You wouldn't want that, Robbie.
It'd be fine.
You'd be crossing streams.
You don't want to.
Absolutely not.
Oh my god. Okay. Then, after you get your entire harness installed, you realize that the one connector in the back that doesn't go anywhere, or it goes to the wiring harness that has an other end that's open, and you don't know where that one goes. Because it goes to your NOx sensor, which is below your intake.
So all that shit needs to go back to the front.
So the whole intake comes off.
Perfect.
So that was fun. So I did that. And then you get it all wired in. You get all your vacuum hoses lined up. And you sit down in the car and you're like, okay, for some reason I spun the steering wheel and realized my headers touch the steering column.
It's fine though.
And it doesn't fucking spin.
That's when you break out a hammer and you start beating on the headers, Robbie.
Yes. And it was like an eighth of an inch. So I just got these big ass washers and I lifted the engine.
See, I tried arguing with him on this. You can't raise the engine. You're going to throw off the balance of the car.
It's going to be way too high.
Yeah.
All the weight's
Your
going to be
center
up
of
top.
gravity is going to be so high.
Car's
now.
going to
just gonna do
swing
whatever.
side to
It's
side.
in there. I'm not taking it up.
Weight
And then you know
transfer's
what?
going to be bad.
What he had the audacity to try and say? I'm going to drift it. What's it matter?
It don't matter.
Like drifters are just a bunch of
Heathens.
heathen, trashy dudes who don't
Yeah,
care about
no
how their
engineering
cars
prowess.
handle, or that like all they care about is how low their car can go.
Which is the opposite of what he did.
Right.
He made stuff go.
Well, but now
higher
his
up.
car can go a little lower without the worry of scraping an oil pan, though. So I guess there is.
Yeah,
some
but now my
advantage to
steering
this.
my steering wheel works and my wheels.
Why is the steering? Why did it?
Because
So it goes through the headers, but
no, it doesn't go through the headers.
Oh, it
it goes
doesn't?
next to the headers, and then like where the bolt goes through, and it's a slightly thicker than the rest of the column. That's what would catch.
right?
So and
Yep.
I could force it, but then of course that's not really what you want to be doing. So
I don't know what that. I mean,
so like I took a jack to it and I lifted it up ever so slightly. That's really all it took. So just there's little washer between my mount and the and the frame rail or the.
did you put one on both sides?
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Just
I was going to say you don't want that engine to be crooked. You'll have oiling problems.
No, I just lifted it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's still got a full nut worth of thread, so it's not a big deal. Not concerned. Send it. Fuck it.
It's probably not going to fall out.
Oh man.
I mean,
No, I'm really not.
More than likely.
gravity would not allow the end. I mean, the engine's just going to sit there, even if that comes apart.
Yeah, it's not going to go very far.
Yeah.
How far could it go?
It might just bang
It's
around.
it's
in
got
there
the
a little bit.
it's got the transmission
right.
bolted in.
It'll just bang around if it comes
Yeah,
loose.
it's fine.
It'll just make a popping noise.
Yeah. It's fine. You just get another nut.
The threads aren't long enough for a second nut.
No, I mean, when you lose the first
Get
one,
get another one.
you just put another one on there.
It's fine. Yeah, so I got the Sparco seat installed on the passenger side, and basically it's just bolted to the floor with the brackets I had before.
Yeah.
It fits so much better just bolted to the floor than it ever did in the 240.
That'll have
It's
it.
just perfect.
So that's your passenger seat
Yeah, so the 240
from the 240?
Yeah, the 240 has no passenger seat. It's a vehicle built for one.
Robbie hates people so much he can't even take people on track with him.
You should make a drift car with one passenger seat. That's like the biggest FU to people.
Everybody's like, I want a 4-door drift car that I can put people in the back seat.
Robbie's like, nope,
got,
one person.
got one seat. Fuck all of
I
people.
got 3 seats between 2 cars, and we'll just keep them in the Z.
At least
Yeah.
he's got 2 seats and something.
Yeah,
True.
I mean-
I'm surprised he hasn't taken the seats out of the Avalanche yet.
I thought about it.
So much more storage in there.
There would be.
Right now, I have all the seats in the van folded down except the one that Logan sits in. So much room for activities.
Yeah, you can do all
It's
sorts
great.
of stuff in there.
It's great.
So I'm waiting on like the connector for the MAF. Sorry. Handful of bolts, like the alternator bracket bolt, stuff like that. And a battery. And that's about it. I should be able to assemble and be done here real soon.
So, have you put a battery in it and just like turned a key on? See if like a
No.
fuel pump primes
Nope.
or.
I guess he just did that wiring harness though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's been in there all of 3 days. 2 days.
Yeah, but Robbie, like, he doesn't waste time, you know?
true. Very true.
He just gets shit done.
Yeah.
Makes me feel bad, but like, doesn't his cold garage underneath his.
It wasn't cold. It was nice.
Well, yeah, but like back in the day.
Yeah, when we had the condos
Yeah, still got it done.
laying on the floor.
Right.
with no help.
Everybody swaps engines in the townhouse or the townhouse garage.
Yeah, everybody.
So everybody does.
Nobody did.
And,
Just you.
And everybody buys cars in pieces.
Yeah, I did it. And
a
look
lot of
where
people
that,
do actually do that.
Look where that went.
Usually they don't go back together though.
No,
You know.
yeah. No, it doesn't go back to that.
Ain't that the truth?
So, yeah, I think I have all the pieces finally. This week should be the final. Besides the battery, I think that should be. We'll see what I'm missing yet, because like I'm missing like really weird things, like the bracket between. There's like a spacer bracket that bash bar has, so I only had one of them. I couldn't find the other one, so I don't know.
So you got to find some sort of
Yeah.
spacer to put in there.
I ordered the OEM one. I was able
okay.
to find one. Somebody had it on eBay and they wanted like $45 for it. I was like, I'll offer you 30. They took it. I was like, clearly it's been sitting on eBay for a long time.
I'm sure it was.
30 seems like a lot of money still.
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do.
Yep. That was the only one. So yeah, I think the Z's, we'll see how things go. Then I spent all day Saturday swapping tires. So I got the XXRs off the Z, brought them over and swapped over the RS3s that I had that fit perfectly. Well, actually not perfectly, because
Are they a little stretchy, boy?
in the rears they are, because it's 11-inch wide wheels. So it's 285.
So much wheel.
He's fitting into
Stretched.
that 240 life now.
Stretching 285s.
Jesus, Robbie.
And then the fronts are 9.5-inch wheels, so then those don't stretch, which are actually probably a little wide.
So you're still running a 285 on the front?
285 square.
Wide.
Yeah.
But those are your rain wheels?
Those are my
Or rain tires?
Rain tires for the 240.
Which hopefully means it won't rain this weekend.
Yeah. So they're ready to go. And then otherwise it's just going on the Z.
It's good to have a rain setup though.
Yes.
For what you're
I
doing.
need a tire rack, because right now they're just held on with an extra vehicle strap that I have.
Those don't look too bad on there, though.
They really don't. I like how they look.
Yeah.
I mean, they're awfully large, but
Do you normally run 17s on that car?
Yeah, I
And
do.
those are
yeah, I got those are 18s. These
those are 18s.
Yeah,
They look like remarkably larger than your RPFO ones for some reason.
Yeah, they look huge.
they do.
but
No,
they
they-
don't look too bad.
No, I thought they looked all right. I never had it on the ground. I just put it up long enough to take the picture.
The 285 like fits.
In the back, no problem. In the front, I need a little more spacer.
Yeah, you got that coming.
Oh, I have like
Oh, you
stacks
have,
of
like-
spacers. I have stacks of spacers, dude.
I live that Ricer life.
No,
I always forget about
those,
that.
They came with the Z.
Jesus Christ.
The Z came with like every incremental, every increment of spacer from like 5 millimeters all the way up to like half an inch.
So one of those kits where it all stacks together.
No, I think they're all bought separately.
Oh, okay. Because they do make a kit thing where you can like get a whole bunch of them.
I just got,
Oh,
they're
okay.
all different.
What year's the 240?
95.
And what year's the Z?
04.
So there's 9 years difference between the two cars.
Yes.
And they still run the same bolt pattern.
Yeah, 5x114s.
Nissan gets it.
So everybody does.
No.
Everybody should.
Hell, the Omni had at least 2 bolt patterns depending on what year you bought. And that was within the
That's
same run
frustrating.
of car.
They were running 4 lugs on the 240s back in like 94, and I think you could get a 95 with a 4 lug, but no one, they throw that shit away
Right.
because you just bolt on the 5 lug and move
Right.
on.
That would be so
Very
nice
small
to be
wheels.
able
The 4 lugs.
Yeah, it's terrible.
to move around like that.
Most definitely.
I'm not in that boat, unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah, but because I didn't get to go to the last mid-div race,
Yeah.
I had already taken the seat out of the 240, and because it was gonna rain, so I was
Yeah.
gonna run on 200 treads. My weight didn't matter at that point. I was so high running 200 treads that I could just basically strip the car and I'd still make weight.
Yep.
So I was gonna get a weight of what my 240 is with no interior. Didn't get that.
So did you strip the car?
Not completely. It still got carpet.
You stripped a bunch of stuff out though?
Yeah, so
like,
like-
the other seat and
Yeah,
stuff
the
like
seat,
that.
the seats are all out.
Right.
I'll probably have to take the seatbelts.
Do you have the
but-
back seat out already?
No, I didn't. I had full interior.
So that back seat fits around your back half roll bar thing?
If you try hard enough, yeah.
That's cool.
Just apply yourself.
You just roll it up like a taco and pull that shit out.
Just assumed
You're not getting in there to do anything.
I just
Not
assumed
really,
it
no.
was gone.
No, it'd been in the whole time. Yeah, I had full interior up until about a month ago.
Damn, son.
Yep. So, but I was doing math in my head because they had the announcement like we're cracking down on weights, and I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, I don't know what my new weight is. So I was running around 3,100 pounds with the seat with a full tank of gas. Okay, well, let's assume that the seat and the brackets weighed 30 pounds,
Okay.
roughly.
That seems like a heavy
Which-
seat.
It is kind of, well, the brackets are like iron.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
so let's assume 30 pounds for your seats. And then let's assume that puts me to like 3,060 pounds. If I would get at an empty tank at 6 pounds a gallon, that would drop me well below 3,024, my minimum weight. So then I spent all day Sunday going, how the fuck am I going to put ballast in this? Because we're allowed 250 pounds of ballast.
You want to know how people do it?
You want to know how I did it?
Well, let's hear what you did, and then I'll tell you what I've seen most people
All
do.
right.
How
So
about that?
I looked it up and I was like, well, I could buy like the ballast kits or like weld shit on, or I was like, well, I got all this room, and I know my balance isn't right. Like last time I got weighed, the front was like just at 800. The other one was like the front right passenger side was like right at 800. The driver's side was high 700s. The driver's side rear was the 700s, low 700s, and then the passenger side rear was like 600s. So
you should get that car corner balanced. It would change
yeah.
the way that car
yeah.
drives.
So I put a like a bar, or not a barbell, dumbbell plate.
Yeah.
Just bolted that sucker into the
Yeah.
into the trunk all the way as far to the right as I possibly could.
That's what people do.
So I was like, where am I going to buy a weight? So I went to Walmart and like 35 was the highest they had, and it was cast iron. I'm like,
How much did you want?
45.
Okay.
So then I went to Shields. It's like, well, here are my options. I have a 45-pound cast iron weight for $60, or a 45-pound rubber weight for $80. And I'm looking at it going, well, I have to drill 3 holes because I couldn't figure out SCCA's rules on ballast. NASA's was 3 3/8 bolts, or 1 3/8 bolt for every 15 pounds.
Okay.
So I needed 3 3/8 bolts with locking washer nuts. So that's what I did. So I was like looking at going, well, if I have to drill 3 holes today, I will pay $20 not to drill through cast iron. So then I bought the rubber plate, and I bring it up front. They're like, you're only buying one? Okay, so hear me out. So I have to
Stop asking me stupid questions. Just take my goddamn money.
So I have to explain to this teenage kid, it's a time trials car. I need to add weight in a certain spot because my car's too light. Because if I go any later, if I lose the gasoline and then they weigh me after the...
You don't have to do that,
I'm
Robbie.
explaining it to him, and he's like, yeah.
You just tell that kid you need that
He was
weight.
just nodding. Yeah, just tell him, yeah, I lost one. And just
Just one weight.
Yeah. My dog chewed it up. Or,
So then
Make
I'm
something up,
carrying my
Robbie.
one weight out, and I go home, and I set it in there, and it fits just nice and up in the corner where I want it. I take it out, and I drill 3 holes like in 3 seconds because it's
Yeah, it's
rubber,
rubber.
and it's so nice. And I just drop it in there, drill 3 more holes, drop the bolts in. Half hour later, I got ballast, and I'm not going to be below weight, even if an empty tank.
There you go.
That makes me happy.
There you go. See, I was going to suggest people
dangerously close.
Use those weights, and I guess I've never seen rule books. I haven't read them far enough to know that they had rules for ballast secure.
The NASA one was the only one I could find.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, well, if the only rule I can find and I meet that rule, I should be okay on the other ones that don't specify how.
So what I've seen
I'm
people
sure.
do is like a half-inch piece of all thread.
Yep.
I just run it up through there.
I thought
Drop
about
the
that.
thing on there, put a big fender washer and a nut on there, and just tighten the piss out of it.
because then you could take it off.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Or you can add
you
and
could stack
subtract
them. You
as
could stack
needed.
them.
Yeah, stack them up.
Yep. So I thought about that, and I couldn't really find the thread that I wanted. So it's just to heck with it. Just did the 3/8 bolts.
You just need to eat more sugar, Robbie.
Just be fatter.
Yeah, you just be
Then
fat.
drink more of that
I'll have to
milk
get a new
stuff.
seat because I won't be able to fit in the.
Does your car weight include driver?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because that might not work.
No, because then I have to get a new seat because if I get any fatter, I can't fit in that seat.
You just have to be careful about where you add the weight.
Yes, because that's the wrong side. I need weight on the other side.
No, I mean on yourself.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You can control where you put that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can you get reverse liposuction?
Yes,
I'm sure you could.
they're called fake tits.
He has a point.
You'd look
That
great.
fake booty.
You'd look great with
fake
a,
Robbie, get that fake booty.
You'd look great with a pair of tits on you, Robbie.
I'm sure I would.
Dad bod is kind of like people keep trying
It's
to tell
in.
me it's in, so maybe
Yeah.
you could get some put on your stomach.
No, I'm good.
No one
Yeah.
would notice.
Yeah, just get some of that
Get it
saline
injected back
your,
in.
That's yeah. Can you do the opposite of what fighters do and then just like bulk up with water weight before you get weighed?
Then sweat it out.
Yeah, then sweat out during the race. Like, I don't know why I'm so far off underweight.
As long as they weigh before, not after.
That's the problem. They do weigh after. Which
Yeah,
is why,
of course they do. Impound.
I would have been fine with the full interior because I was never near 3,024 pounds. But I was like, well, if I've got an empty, if for some reason I'm just burning through gas and I don't think about it, and let's say I go 3 sessions without topping off, because I usually run pretty full because I don't trust that gas gauge.
Yeah, I get it.
So I was like, well, if I
The last thing you need is fuel starve because you're turning right hand sustained and it pulls it all away from your fuel pump or something like that.
yeah, so then I did almost run out of gas at Omaha that one time, and now I'm super paranoid about it.
That's how Josh decides whether or not you need to come in for gas in the neon.
If it starves,
When it fuel starves, when it fuel cuts in like a certain corner, then you get
I forget.
you radio in and say, "All right, I need gas," and you do like 1 or 2 more laps while the pit crew gets ready, and then you come in. It's fine.
Yep. So yeah, I'm excited to have the Z running. I just want to go drive. So I said
definitely.
4th of July was my goal, but we'll see because I'll be gone the next.
You said like 2 months ago your goal was to have it running next year.
I'm ahead of my goal. Okay.
He's had time to do things.
Yeah.
To hang out in the shop.
Yeah, it's nice. Real
He's getting
nice.
shit done.
Yeah.
Hustle.
Don't have a kid. It really cuts into it.
I had no intention. Not
Just
even
saying.
a little bit.
I'm just saying.
He's actively working on not having children.
There's
Yeah.
surgery to prevent it.
I'm not that actively trying not to have
Oh,
children.
well, maybe.
Yeah. No kids. We're good.
Don't do it.
I got all I want right now. House, dog,
Kids?
cars. Yeah.
You got all the kids you want?
Yeah, I have all the kids that I
The
want.
maximum amount of kids you're looking for is 0, and
Yep,
that's
I
what
have,
you've
I
obtained.
have them. I have.
Robbie's a goal setter and a.
See, at least
you know.
At least the good thing with Robbie's situation over yours, Michael, is that he's got his brother to lean on for that, so his mom will leave him alone a little bit.
Yeah, yep. You're not the sole
whereas
child.
you are the only child that I'm
know.
aware of, anyway. Because
We think, yeah.
you know what wouldn't even surprise me
What?
is if he had like an
Yeah,
older
we don't
sister.
know. He wouldn't
I
even
mean,
tell
yeah.
us.
He's got an older. She's like 5
Oh, I
years
didn't say
older
about
than him.
Bridget?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
There's no way her name would be Bridget. No way.
How do you know?
I just know.
But like, you
I don't know
know,
what that
I'm sure
means.
your mom. I'm sure your mom's like, you know, clock's ticking, Michael. You're almost 30. Like, shouldn't you be settling down and having me some grandchildren by now?
She talked him into buying a Porsche. I don't know, man.
Yeah, she did talk me into buying a Porsche.
a watch.
She almost talked me into buying a more expensive Porsche and definitely a watch.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she does that, so he can't blame it on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she enables behavior that I know is probably not the right thing to do.
You only live once.
But is it the wrong thing to do?
Well, like I don't know. Like
Do you
I could put more money in my 401k, I guess.
Do you like the Porsche?
That's fun.
Do you
Yeah, I
like
do.
the Porsche?
I do.
Do
A
you-
lot.
Are you ever disappointed in owning it?
Not yet.
Well, then
Days
so
coming, I'm
far
sure.
you've done the right thing. And you know the watch is probably a sound investment.
Unfortunately, yes, it is.
Maybe not. maybe
even-
not like
I haven't-
401k sound, but then again, maybe it's better.
I don't know. I've not been wearing it as much lately because it's. I think it's worth more than I paid for it.
Shit taking a turn already.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know, man. I'm just along for the
Why
ride.
can't that happen to me every once in a while? Everything I own
Like
is
even
worth
just
less.
once would be nice.
It's worth significantly less than it was when I bought it. Maybe it's because I don't buy things with that in mind.
No, never.
Yeah, that's like all I do now when I think about buying something. What's
This-
this going to be worth in
That is
a year?
easily the farthest thing from my mind when I buy anything.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it never even crosses my mind. The only thing I care about when I purchase things is whether or not I will get the amount of money I spent in it in joy and happiness. That's all I care about. I don't care if it's, dude, I'll buy something and it can be worth $12 and I spent, you know, $2,000 on it, and in a year from now it can be worth $12. And as long as I got, you know, $1,988 out of it, I'm happy. It doesn't matter to me.
Nah, I can't do it.
Life's too short to worry
I literally
about
can't.
that
Where's
shit.
Robbie in the mix? You think
I don't
about
think-
resale value on anything?
think-
Yeah, I always think about resale value. Like with my cars, not so much, but like if I ever decide to.
So even the cars, you don't even think about it.
Well, I know I'm not getting my investment back on either one of these cars.
It bothers me
Well,
that it
dude,
bothers
you could
me.
absolutely.
Z, I can make money on this.
I'll bet you could. I'll bet if you got the Z running,
I could flip the Z.
You could probably flip the Z.
I'm not gonna.
As long as you don't include your time as money.
My time's valueless.
Like in general?
Ask anybody. Ask all of my exes. They'll tell you. That time was not worth anything to me.
That's not what all the people in the shop think, Robbie.
What's up?
We were just talking about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, the factory floor.
Yeah, they think I get
You're an
paid.
office guy. You make six figures automatically.
Well, obviously, you're in the office. You have a desk.
Yeah, you have a
Six
desk.
figures.
You must make at least 120 grand
Well,
a year.
obviously.
Yeah.
I wish.
I've seen that fancy truck you drive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It bothers me that I'm like $1,000 upside down on the RX-7, probably.
Oh, really?
Like I think about it, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to know about the 240. That's just money.
A car like
gone.
that, I literally could not care less about what kind of money I have against it versus what I could get out of it.
I think once I crash it, it'll be okay. Because then it's like you reach the point of no return and it doesn't matter.
You've already reached that.
We're there.
The car's just worth what it's worth, no matter what.
No, I
it's
know,
fine.
but I know that it's not worth much, but I know what that not much number is, and I know that I'm upside down probably $1,000.
But you've thoroughly enjoyed the time you spent on the car, even
Yes.
if it was in the garage. You
Yes.
know, you really enjoyed the cage building process and spending all that time doing all that stuff.
Yes.
You know, and I think even some of that joy comes out of being with your dad when you do it.
Yes.
Who fucking cares what it's worth?
Me, apparently.
I
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying
can't. I know.
that's how I think about everything.
And I'm not trying to pick your life choices apart. I just
Like literally, I think about what I'm going to lose the least amount of money on when I buy something.
Well, this is, in the similar vein of that question that Daniel posted on our Facebook page or group yesterday about like how do people end up in this cycle where they just buy, you end up with 40 whatever of the same car. And like, why do people do that? Like when there's other things that could be bought, and you just do.
Yeah.
Who cares? But I don't think that way. Like I can't get on the brand bandwagon for any one thing.
Like to buy into one brand?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think about it that way. There's too many cool cars out there. I can't fathom people being so defensive about a particular brand over another. It just I can't think about buying something purely on whether or not I'm going to be able to make money on it. Don does the same thing that you do. He's always worried about, well, if I want this, but if I bought it, I'm never going to make the money back on it. Who cares, dude? As long as you like it, you enjoy it, and move on with life.
Yeah.
It's probably a less stressful way to live.
It's not.
Like my doctor said, you need to be less stressed.
It's not.
Yeah,
less
stop worrying
stressful.
about
Stop being so
$1,000.
No, because then you buy a bunch of broken down pieces of shit, and that's not any less stressful.
Yeah, but then you can work in the garage by yourself for days at a time, and it is awesome.
All these things sound stressful.
There's nothing stressful about being in the garage by yourself.
Name one.
Okay, it was a little stressful. It's kind of
Name
frustrating.
one thing car related that isn't stressful, no matter how you do it.
Watching other people
No, that's stressful too
because you feel their stress.
Yes.
The stress transfers.
Yes.
What's one thing that's car related that's not stressful?
It doesn't exist.
That doesn't at least eventually cause you stress and anxiety. It might be enjoyable short term, but long term it's going to cost you.
Because you can't tell me like cars and coffee or car shows because you're stressed about what other people think about it. Then
I was gonna say maybe the TSD.
Nah,
No,
because you're going to
you're
start
so
getting stress
stressed.
and anxiety about whether or not you're doing good.
yeah, we were so
Oh
stressed.
That's
shit!
true,
Did
we
I
were
miss my
super
corner?
stressed.
Yeah,
We were super
you were
stressed.
super
That was
stressed.
That was too stressful.
It was oddly very stressful.
But
I
you
remember
enjoyed
now.
it.
We had there was a lot of anxiety. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's
It's
life.
like, yeah, we want to go endurance racing. You know how stressful that sounds?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Expensive?
That too. But who cares?
But I'm in.
Who cares what it costs? As long as it's fun.
As long as the bills are paid and there's always money in the banana stand.
There's usually no money in the banana stand, though.
Don't even get me started.
That's part of the problem.
Don't even get me started. There's no money in the banana stand right now. June has been expensive.
You're telling me.
Yeah. It's always
I don't know. This is very deep. We're really getting into each other's psyches here, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I'm hoping to never. Well, I guess if I ever take the 240 to Cars and Coffee, that's when I'll run the big wide boys on it.
The 285.
Slicks.
Well, yeah,
the two. Yeah,
because I won't take the slicks.
gotta
on,
be flexing on those.
Yeah, I'll take those to Cars and Coffee.
Remember when we went to
Do
that? Remember when we went to that Boost and Boobs show?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And I took the Omni and I drove it on the slicks the whole from
Yes.
Ames all the way to Des Moines.
It's like, are you sure you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
You do that. You do that all the time? Are you
No,
sure?
never. But I got a flex.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you
No.
drove that thing.
No,
on
I
the
had
slicks
street
for a while.
tires.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
When I first bought it, I bought a set of R888s
Yes,
and ran
you
them.
did.
It ran it that
That's
way
right.
full time.
Yeah, that's
And
what
I
I'm
hated
remembering.
those tires with a fiery burning passion. And then I got a set of like runabouts and put slicks on the 13s.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go to a car show and change wheels. You can't do that. You got to roll in hot, right?
Yes,
So
you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember the first time I brought my wheels to Randy, he goes, "Were you running these on?" Because they were A7s,
Right.
or A6s, and he goes,
Right.
"Were you running these on dirt?" It's like, "Yeah, I live on a gravel road." I just drove on those for like months, man. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? Oh, it's just autocrossing at the time. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I didn't know how to get out of where I was.
My buddy,
I only have one wheel. Or
my
one
buddy
set of
Dalton
wheels.
with the orange Z06 Corvette,
Yep.
listener to the show on the group.
He'll be there racing.
Yeah, he'll be there this weekend. For a while, he would street drive that Corvette on like seriously wide Hoosiers.
Yes.
Because that was what he had.
He's a wild man.
I was thinking about you hating the R888s,
I hated him.
and I was thinking about.
I think you liked them, didn't you?
Well, I was thinking about that. That's what I was thinking about.
Okay.
I was like, why does Adam hate these tires? And then I was thought about it some more, and I go, I think he hates these tires because he has options. I have no options. This is the only tire I can
Well,
get. My
but do
option
I have
is,
options? Because my options were those or Hoosiers.
yeah, but my options. Okay, so Hoosiers may have been an option for me, but my other option was a 185 65 13
Right.
with like a 600 treadwear. That was my
That's not an option.
second option.
Right. So I think that for street legal more than 40 treadwear tires that I could run on the 13-inch rims that I had, my only option was R888s. Otherwise, you're looking
Yes.
at Hoosiers or Kumo's slick.
And at the time, I didn't want Hoosiers.
Right.
Well,
I mean, I guess I could run them now.
when I bought the Omni, I had the car, right? And I didn't have, well, it wasn't my daily, but I just had the car. I didn't have any parts for it. I didn't have any wheels and tires. It didn't come with any extra wheels and tires. And so I was like, well, I want to street drive it. I kind of have to street drive it to get it to events. So I got to find a street tire-ish.
Yeah. DOT tire.
My option was R888s. And they got hard on me really quick. I realized I put a lot of street miles on them, but they got hard on me really quick. They didn't heat up. They were really greasy. They were really loud, but not like in a useful way. They were just loud all the time. They weren't like loud at the limit or loud over the limit. They're just fucking loud. And so they didn't, you don't have any audio cues on what you're doing to the tire. And I just was not happy with them from start. I think that they're much better on the track because you have enough time to heat them up, but they were terrible for autocross.
I don't even know why they're.
Yeah,
I mean, I
think
kind
that-
of know why they're DOT rated, but I really don't know why they're DOT rated.
I think
you know
that
what I mean?
You should
I
never
think
run
that they
them.
solely exist for people who
for
own
autocrossers.
No,
No, not
no.
even.
They solely exist for people who own like Vipers and like ZR1 level Corvettes and stuff like that came from the factory with a 300 plus series tire, and they want to keep running those, and they think they got to be flexing, so they buy those Toyos. Because you see a lot of Vipers out there that are street driven on R888s, because they make a 335 or a 355 or
Even though
whatever
they
it is.
last 8,000 miles.
Don't a lot of the Texas Mile guys and those like
Yeah,
underground racing
a lot of
guys,
those cars
guys
run
those, don't they?
R888s. Yeah.
That's
I
the
don't
only time I
think-
really ever see them.
I think a huge percentage of the people who buy R888s don't turn corners with them. They're used
Just
as
a flex.
They're used as a grippy street tire for my stupidly powered twin turbo big displacement supercar.
Somebody's using them to turn fast laps, though, because they do come up. They got to be Miatas. Why are there used, like, 2-lap R888s available in 13s?
I don't know.
idea.
I don't know
And they're
who's
cheap.
using. I don't know who's using 13-inch R888s. Besides
It's a great
you.
question. I don't know. I'm buying them used, though,
don't
so
know,
where are
man.
they coming from?
I don't know because like all the slicks that I have come from formula cars.
You can put a
Actually,
Yeah.
so I actually have some Hoosiers that are the width you run
yeah.
because Formula V's, no, Formula Super V's, something like that.
Okay.
Run a 13-inch front and rear, but they run a by 9 on the back and a by like 6.5 or whatever on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a set of those. So I have 2 of the narrow ones that you would run on the Fiat,
Yeah.
and 2 of the wide ones that I ran on the Omni. They're super junk by now because
Yeah.
they've been in a storage unit for 2 or 3 years.
And I've had
3 or 4 years probably.
Formula. No, it's got to be Formula Ford.
Formula Ford runs that all the way, probably square. They run.
No,
the
I don't think they
narrows.
are square.
Maybe mine was like Formula Atlantics or something.
Maybe it was because I know the tires that James runs on the front are the ones that I need
Right.
because they're for a 6.5-inch wheel, and I have a 5.5-inch wheel. So
Close
the
enough.
tire guy just has to deal with it.
It's fine.
It just takes him a little longer.
Everybody squeezes tires.
You
It's
could fit- yeah,
fine.
It's pretty
285s on a
aggressive.
9.5. It's fine.
It's pretty aggressive. The
fits.
sidewall.
But
It's probably not good.
You want a little stretch in all reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably what you don't want because
Yeah.
it's probably making the shoulder roll off
Yeah,
real
and
hard.
it makes the sidewall
The
a little bit of
integrity
stretch
it's
will keep
weird.
the sidewall a little stiffer.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's
They were free.
Yeah,
Free
We're-
RS3s with a shitload of tread left. Yeah, I'll take
we're on a
them.
budget here, people.
Yep.
that's right.
You deal with what you get.
So speaking of the Fiat,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything with it. Took it out of the trailer, and
Didn't you guys put a motor in it?
no, we did not do that.
What?
Oh,
There's a motor sitting there ready to go in it.
oh, I thought you
you
put a
did.
motor in it.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
damn, you guys put a motor in that car that quick? I'm
No.
impressed.
No, so we
Track Dad's been putting in overtime.
We did the nut and bolt thing, and then I took it out and drove it, and it was pulling to the left, and so I brought it back, and I was like, I can't remember what we did for an alignment on this
You guys
last.
put a bunch of toe in it because you put like an autocross alignment on
Yeah,
it.
it's probably got way too much toe in it. We'll have to address that on the track, but
I remember that.
so we were messing with it. I'm looking at it, and we got the lasers out, and I'm like, it's not out of alignment. Something's messed up. This is not our shop, by the way, if you're watching the YouTube video. That's the
Sure.
tire guy. Because I wish I had that. That would be sick, dude.
That would be a nice lift.
Everybody would be in there.
4-post lift, yeah.
Everybody would be in there getting alignments done. But so I was like, something's not right. So, because we took all the brakes off, and when we were going through the car and cleaned everything and put it back together just to inspect the brakes and make sure they were in good shape. And I'm like, something's messed up. So we put the car on the lift, jacked it up, spun the wheels, and for some reason the driver's side rear was dragging. I don't understand why. So I took it all back apart again, put it all back together, and it was fine.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Because that will cause a problem this weekend.
No, I doubt it.
You don't
I think I know
so?
what it was. It has to do with how the brakes clip together. It's stupid.
Those
I
are
think there was
drums
something
in the back?
No,
No?
they're calipers.
Oh, okay.
I think there's like a pin. You have to see it. There's no point in even trying to explain it.
it's
But there's
in
there's a
Italian,
piece of metal that is a clip that holds the caliper on, and I think that there was an edge of it that was rubbing on the rotor, but it was rubbing on the rotor so lightly that all it was doing was making it feel like it was out of alignment. It was pulling the car to the left.
Oh.
It was weird, super weird. Never really experienced that before.
So it drives straight now? Straight and true?
Yeah, once we took that apart and redid it, it was fine.
It's so frustrating.
It is frustrating because it wasted like an hour and a half screwing with it.
Wasted an hour and a half? What's that like?
Never with cars. Speaking of frustration. So, yeah,
But
then we
it's
swapped.
less stress, Robbie.
What's
It's
this?
way less stressful.
I'm definitely not less stressed. Doctor says less stress. Just remember, less stress.
You need,
Yeah,
you just,
USA, yeah.
You need to get the rocks, man.
But Robbie is not selling the rocks, which pisses me off.
And the lavender and the oils.
He's got the leeches, but he doesn't have the rocks or the lavender.
I can get you the stress leeches.
Was that before or after we started the show?
The,
That was during the show.
yeah, we talked
Was
about
it?
I hope so.
Okay.
Who knows about this show?
No.
Kind of where I'm at on this.
Are we even recording?
Probably not. No.
As long as we're
It might
recording on the internal
better,
mics.
Might be better for the world if we're not recording.
Yeah,
So-
but people will be mad if they don't get to hear this.
I know people get really upset if they don't get their stupid podcast about magic rocks and water.
No water this week.
So it's back together. It's in the trailer. Probably look at it Friday. Oh, I did. Phil is gonna make me from Zion. He's gonna make me some numbers
Nice.
because I was like,
They look good on mine.
I need an 8. He's not gonna do that because that's too fancy.
It's not that fancy.
It's kind of fancy.
It's a little bit
Robbie.
fancy. It's got
pretty-
your name and a
it's
flag.
pretty- Whoa, that's fancy.
I did not get my class. In
I
case
seriously
that's
thought-
wrong.
Let's go. Yeah, that's fine.
I
they
seriously
wanted-
thought about stealing 2 of the Grid Life meatballs while we were at Midwest Festival, and then I decided not to.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
Nah. I was going to tell him.
Oh,
Grid Life meatballs.
the numbers,
the
plates,
number
number plate.
plate.
Oh,
People call them meatballs.
yeah. So I'll get the numbers on, and then I don't know. Oh, I need some Apex stickers. That was the other
right
thing.
here.
Are they white? Give me some white ones.
I got.
Give me the white ones.
Wait,
All the other stuff on the car is white. It's old school.
That's fine.
There we go. Put that with my windshield mount. I am looking forward to using the unit. We'll see how that goes.
Unit.
So
First
there,
of all, unit.
It is a
There
great,
it is.
It is a great unit. I'm excited to use it too.
That's what she said, Robbie.
there's the car in the shop. Oh, you want to see what Track Dad did to the Porsche? Like a maniac?
What was he doing there? I saw a picture of
He
him
told
laying
me-
on the
yeah,
floor
he
working on
told
the
me about
Porsche.
it.
What did
He
he do?
wasn't working on the Porsche. Look at what he's doing to the Porsche. Look at all these sparks.
I can't see what he's doing. He's grinding on the Porsche?
Yeah,
How dare he?
that's what I said.
That's because Michael wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I got so this. So it's
What
got.
is it?
I have this rare option on that car. That's the sport exhaust.
Oh, God,
it's
he's
a big
got a
deal.
rare
It's
option.
like a
It's a big deal,
$1,300
people.
option to have the sport exhaust on it. And the way that it works is the exhaust comes out, and then it's got a set of exhaust tips, which is the 4 circles. So it's 2 on each side. They're 2 interlocking circles, and
It's very Audi.
it is very Audi. And it's got from the factory, it's got a bolt welded to the exhaust tube, and then the tip slides over the tube, and then you put a nut on it to secure it. Well, over 16 years and God knows how many heat cycles, the bolt didn't break, but a hole around the bolt broke. So it punched a hole in the exhaust basically on the very end. So when we got the bolt out finally, there was a 2-inch diameter circle.
Yeah.
Where the bolt was welded to the exhaust, it was broken.
Right.
So it just broke a hole in the exhaust at
Okay.
the very end. So it wasn't enough to fall off. It was just enough to rattle all the time and be super annoying. So it was on there, but it would rattle. So we couldn't get the nut off because it was seized because it's been on there for 16 years and it's
Exhaust
rusty.
things.
And so the only way to get it off was to cut it off. And he cut it. He actually had a good idea. He cut it up the bolt through the nut and then split the nut off. But yeah, I told him he's doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. But
All you
good news. I am still me. So what we did to fix it after that was we took it had to be like a GM body washer, bent it in a vise so that it had some circle, had a dish to it.
Yep.
Got an SAE bolt and nut,
Yeah, you did.
put that through it and bolted the tip back on.
Put a little America on
Put a little
it.
America on the end of it.
Nice.
So I have to make that note in my maintenance log that there's an SAE bolt on the
Passenger side.
Merca.
Yeah, that'll come up during the inspection when you try to sell
That'll
it.
come up. That'll come up during the concourse inspection.
You know why he
what
didn't
is
want
that?
to cut it off? Because all he could think about was ruining the value of his purchase.
Uh-huh.
That was all he was concerned about.
I told him.
This is a $1,300
That's what I told him. I was
Yeah.
like, just before you cut that, this is a very rare Porsche exhaust. I'm going to
Notice
tell you right now.
he knew right off the bat how much that costs.
Yeah.
Because
I have the option sheet.
that's part of his spiel when he's at Cars and Coffee and
Yeah,
he's
it's a
talking
$1,300
about
Hey.
exhaust.
In my defense, somebody walked up to it. Some kid at Cars and Coffee walked up to him and went, "Oh, you have the sport exhaust." I was like, "How do you? You're like 18 years old. How do you know that?"
So is it
And then he
because
walked away. I was like, "What the?
is
fuck?
it the quad tip is the
Yes.
sport exhaust?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know. Now we all know.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows.
So now I'm gonna go to Porsche or I'm gonna go to Cars and Coffee and I'm gonna flex on Porsche owners like, oh,
Oh, you don't have the exhaust.
you don't have the sport exhaust. I see.
You should. Any 99600 you see that doesn't have 2 exhaust tips on each side, you should tell them, ask them why they don't have the sport exhaust.
Man, that might be my new favorite pastime.
Oh, you didn't have $1,300 for the sport exhaust option? Shoot.
I can give you some other options that you can hit Porsche owners up about.
I can show you my $100 eBay exhaust if you want.
Your sandstone interior and stuff like that.
Savannah beige.
Savannah
Yeah.
beige.
Yep.
Midnight blue on
It's still
Savannah
beige,
beige
people. You
is,
can't church
is
it up.
super, super rare
I
mean,
believe it.
with my sport exhaust.
He knows exactly how many of his Porsches were made.
How many?
I actually don't know. I
Liar.
did see one for sale on Bring a Trailer though.
What did they get for it?
I didn't want to know, actually, because it was after I bought this one. So it's like, I don't
If
want
it
to
goes
know.
less, you're going to be bad.
Dude,
if
it was
goes
Bring
above,
a Trailer. It went for more than you
Yeah.
paid.
It had like 100,000 miles on it, too.
And it probably still went for more.
Yeah, guaranteed.
How many miles are on yours?
Like 60.
80 but 50 on the engine. And I've
that's right.
I've put 2,000 miles on it.
Damn, son.
Yeah. 700?
We drove it back.
700
from
was
Michigan,
driving it
so-
back.
yeah.
Oh,
Maybe not quite 2,000,
I forgot about
1,800.
that. Okay.
Yeah, so.
I was like, Jesus Christ, kid.
But still, though.
He's driven it a little bit. We always post when it's raining and he's driving it.
I don't
his
see on
Instagram.
any of these posts.
But it's never.
Oh, look, it's fucking raining.
Yeah, but it's always a story, so it's never saved.
Well, I never look at any of these things because I don't.
I have no life.
Dude,
so
I
I'm always on
maybe
Instagram.
open my Instagram once a week.
That's when you're like, have you been doing anything to the car? I was like, yeah, I post about it all the time. But that's because you don't have an Instagram. So I understand.
I don't use my Instagram.
That's the only thing I use.
I just don't like. I hate Facebook.
I get them.
It's really annoying.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm about ready for another purge.
Of people or
Yeah, just
in real life.
No,
that too.
No,
But
not
like
at all.
a Facebook purge.
Not okay with this idea.
A Facebook purge. Just go through and just delete a lot of things. Clean it up a bit.
I think anybody who's like sees the Purge movie is like, that'd be sweet. We should really do that. Like,
No.
probably doesn't want that
You do not want that.
because they probably are on somebody's list.
You would die.
That's the thing where the
Talk
one
about a letdown
the
movie.
one night where
You
you
get
get
one
to you
day.
get to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Well, you
it's
can-
no laws for 24 hours or
Yeah,
12 hours or
you
something.
can steal shit and break into shit and kill people.
The premise sounds exciting. The movie is terrible.
No, it doesn't sound exciting, Robbie. It sounds like a bad idea.
Well, that's my point. It could be exciting because it's
It's
a good
anarchy.
idea. Exactly. It could have been a good movie, but it wasn't.
People ain't no good,
But
Robbie.
then they made like 30 of them. None of them were good because people ain't no good.
Anyway,
Can't help you.
You know what is good?
What's that?
Racing this weekend.
Racing this weekend will be good.
it's true.
Hell yeah.
So, is that all you got?
Yes.
I have like one quick thing,
Okay.
and then we can move on with our lives.
Picture for it.
It's because it's the fucking Focus, Robbie. It doesn't even deserve
Just pull
a
up a picture of a Focus, but make sure it's the wrong generation.
Forward focus.
Yeah, put up a new one.
Pull a new one up.
Put an RS. on there.
2019. Pull up a picture of a Ford RS.
Focus
Cosworth,
RS.
if you can find it.
So, we talked about last week that I had figured out the no start issue, and I got that.
It's kind of close.
It's a newer version, but it's the same.
It's the same
mint
car,
color.
but it's no. That's not what color his
This
is.
mint, ain't it?
It's not. It's like gray.
No, I thought yours was like that mint color.
Katie thinks it's green. I'm pretty sure it's gray.
Oh, it is that color. It's not that color.
It's
though.
not mint.
No,
I think it is green.
it's gray.
It's green.
It's gray.
Your car is green.
It's not that color.
It's- no,
That's
not
still
the-
not the right one either. He's full of like four of them.
It's gray.
All right, we'll find it.
Color aside, it's
What is-
not.
But so I got the thing to start, but it still had the idle really high problem.
Yes.
And I knew that there were some vacuum lines that weren't plumbed in correctly. And so you would think that, that should be pretty easy to figure out, like the vacuum routing, right? You Google 2005 Ford Focus vacuum diagram,
It's just like
and
a
you
fucking
just,
wiring harness, man.
you
You'll
just
never
get
find
pictures,
it.
right? And how hard can it fucking be?
Nope.
No, there's nothing good. And so Josh still has access to all data. So I'm like, hey, buddy,
Nice.
let's. And he's like, nah, man. It says on the website that there should be a vacuum diagram on the underside of the hood. Like,
No, sir.
Not
Nope.
anymore, anyway.
nope, mine doesn't have that because apparently when the hood got replaced, but with a junkyard hood, apparently that came off of a car that was probably wrecked previously as well.
Ah, great.
So it's painted or something.
Or, my guess is it was probably an aftermarket hood.
Oh, I see.
It says OEM.
Yes.
No,
Damn it!
that's beige.
It's like a copper color.
It's that car though, isn't it?
yeah, it's the 2000.
Yeah, he got the right car.
Okay.
It's still the wrong color because it's gray.
I think it's green, Robbie.
It's
No fucking way, it's gray. That is gray.
That's silver.
That's silver.
If you no,
That other one was champagne metallic.
Apparently,
I'm
we
sure
need
of
to
it.
do this as an opener at some point.
what color your freaking car is?
What color are these? What is this color? That'll be
Is Robbie
another-
colorblind? Do we
That'll
know
be
if you're
another
colorblind?
one
No,
that
I'm not.
doesn't play well on
Or are you colorblind?
Yes.
me. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's telling me it's like gray. It's green. It's
Color's like the most important thing about my job is color differentiation.
So you're not colorblind.
That's true.
Yeah, red and green too. I'm sure.
So, but anyway, so ultimately I ended up just guessing on the vacuum thing.
How far off could you be?
Well, so that was the frustrating part about it. So I knew that there was something that was unhooked, which turned out to be the solenoid that controls some sort of intake runner flap. I don't know what it's for, to be completely honest with you. But I hooked up that solenoid and started the car, and it was still running crazy high RPM, like 3,000 RPM idle speeds. And so, break out the can of brake cleaner, just start spraying it into random places and see if you can get the car to idle up, the old classic vacuum leak trick, which didn't work. Couldn't find anything. Dude, I'll bet I spent an hour trying to deal with this. And Josh goes, does it have any codes? And I'm like, fuck, I do have a code checker. Like,
Yeah.
let's see what's up, right? And so I plugged it in, and it popped up some codes, and I was like, oh, look, clear codes. Boom, cleared the codes. Car runs great.
Damn it.
That's it?
So I think that what happened was it had a vacuum leak because the solenoid for the flapper thing wasn't hooked up and had a big vacuum leak. I fixed that vacuum leak, but because I didn't reset the codes, the car still thought it had a vacuum leak because it's not smart enough to check again.
Apparently not.
And so it continued operating as though it hadn't been fixed. And so I spent an hour chasing my tail trying to figure out where the vacuum leak that I had already fixed was.
Great.
Cars, man, that's not the right color either, Robbie. It's not even the right
No,
car.
that is green, Robbie.
For the record, these are your color options for the 2000 Ford Focus.
2005.
Oh, I thought you had 2000.
2005
no
Ford
idea.
Focus, Robbie.
That would totally change how my...
Now I want to know. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
we got to wait for him to pull up the color.
Silver or gray. It's like
I bet there's some like weird shiny green or something.
It's going to
that's
have a
come up.
name that's completely nondescript and won't solve any of our problems.
It's going to be like gray sage
Shale
metallic.
yeah,
shale. It'll be
metallic.
shale metallic. That's exactly what it is.
FocusFanatics.com.
Ooh, buddy, what's happening
I've
in
spent
Focus
more time than I
Fanatics?
want to talk about on that forum, which was completely unhelpful.
I believe that.
So the real problem with this car,
Oh my gosh.
that
I know this
particular generation of Focus, is that they made the car itself here and for Europe, but didn't put the same engines in them.
Why would you? That's ridiculous.
And so when you're on the internet looking for 2005 Ford Focus things, when you find a forum post, the first thing you have to do is figure out, is this dude from here or there? And whether or not this is applicable to me. And then there's two motors that they put in my car, and I don't know which one it is because I don't care, which makes things really hard.
Is that it? Is that all the choices?
Silver, Cloud9 white, egg yolk yellow, pitch black,
It's not all
and
the colors.
Sagria red.
It's not all the colors.
That's according to Auto.
What's the ones on the top there, Robbie?
Those are interior colors.
Oh, well, there's more colors than that because mine's none of those.
I agree. That's why I thought it was like a mint color.
No, it's gray. Can we move on?
No, you're wrong.
That's all I got. I'll look it up next week.
Automotive touch-up. Yeah, we should.
I can give you
We're wasting our time.
I can give you the VIN.
Oh,
number.
there's so many. Oh, it's light tundra metallic.
I can give you the VIN number.
That's what it is. It looks green and gray at the same time.
Thank you.
Light tundra metallic. I bet
Tundra
that's what
metallic.
it is. Is it metallic?
Sure, why not? It's gray.
Light tundra metallic sounds like it would be,
White,
or some form of blue.
like a very light blue, almost white, or
But
a very light gray,
That or
almost white.
silver frost metallic.
Ooh,
That kind of has that green color.
No,
Light tundra metallic is green.
no,
that's
it's
the color.
not.
That's
It's
got to be the color.
gray.
That is green.
It's not that quite
That's
that
not
green.
that
on mine.
color.
It's not quite that
And
green.
it's
on
silver
mine.
frost metallic.
That does have an automatic green in it for being silver.
Those are your
No,
options.
it's darker than that.
We'll figure it out
It's
later.
not dark shadow gray, I'll tell you that much.
It's not Sonic Blue Pearl.
God,
Is
I
it
wish.
Arizona Beige?
No. It is light tundra metallic. I
Man,
will bet money
I love
on
how
it.
they just try to church up.
I think it's
color
light tundra
beige.
metallic. What about light gunmetal metallic?
I like
No, it's
gunmetal.
Light
metallic.
gunmetal isn't even light. It's super dark.
Well, but it's
the hell
for
is it?
gunmetal.
It's
It's
light.
pretty light.
I think it's at the bottom.
I got I'm not seeing it. Apparently, no one can agree on how many colors the 05 Focus has.
Nope. Share the stupid name of the color of your car on 1010's consortium.
Yes,
How about
please.
that?
I like that. I'll find out what it is. I'll see if I can find
I
it.
want to know the stupid names of everybody's car's color because they come up with some dandies.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
All right.
Oh, I also learned that the color of my wheels are not hyper silver.
Uh-oh.
After we bought 2 more.
The fronts
Ah,
are
son of a
hyper silver.
bitch. You didn't buy them new, though.
The fronts I did, yeah.
Yeah,
You bought new wheels?
He bought 2 brand new ones, and
Who
then
the
they
fuck
turned out
are
to be
you?
the wrong color.
Because they're fucking XXRs and they're cheap as shit.
How much were they?
Like $130, $140.
I'm not buying real wheels ever again. It's a fucking waste of time.
Yeah, they are. But anyways,
You could drop that off of like a 10-story building and it would probably still be round.
they're fine.
If it closed around.
They're as round as they came from the factory.
It's not less round. It's just less round in a different spot.
Yeah. But apparently,
He'll still balance out with some weight.
It gets some weights. Randy's got tons of weights. He's got a whole thing of weights.
My
You
ar-
put weights on the inside and the outside.
the
It's fine.
only not perfectly straight rim I own is an RPF one.
Yeah.
That's because they're junk and they suck. They explode. I've seen it.
Yep. But yeah, so apparently my rear tires are the chromium black.
Ah.
That is not black, and the picture was very black.
This is the focus problem, Robbie.
And then
You can't take the
But
internet.
see, the thing is, if you had bought the chromium black ones, you would have gotten those and they would have been a really dark shade of black chrome and you would have gone, I should have got the blah,
Hyper
blah,
silver.
blah. The hyper silver. See,
I
he was
seriously
convinced they were hyper
I
silver.
looked at pictures a long time. I brought the laptop out to the out to the shop, and I'm like, there is no way it's black.
The problem is
It's-
that you didn't
I
have the contrast on your screen right, and it's
I must not
all
have. I mean,
it's all fucking fucked, mate.
I don't care.
that's why yours is light tundra metallics because the contrast on that screen sucks.
I convinced
And it looks
myself
more
that it was
green.
slightly darker because of brake dust, and that
Here's
because
the
it was
thing,
not
Robbie.
dark enough
Here's
to be
the thing,
considered
Robbie.
a black.
Those are going to be your drift wheels ultimately, aren't they?
They're just going on the Z. I don't care.
Yeah, and
You're not going
that's-
to have those very long.
Well, first of all, you're going to drop them off a curb and blow them up anyway because
Well,
they're fakes
I'm
and
also-
they're
I'm
pieces
not-
of shit. Let's be real here.
Whatever. I don't care.
And secondly, it's cool to have different color wheels. You're fine.
That's probably true too.
That's style points, man.
Well, yeah. Plus the because it's 11 inches wide, the rears are kind of sunken in. They have a bigger lip, so then
It's
the
shadow.
So it's got shadow,
It's just a
anyways.
shadow.
Whatever. It's just a fucking car. Who cares?
Cars are just a never-ending series of disappointments till they fucking explode, you know?
Hey, you need less stress in your life.
I need less stress.
Doctor
Doctor said
says
less
so.
stress. Gotta be less stressed. Should
You know what? Do you know what will give you less stress on track? An Apex Pro.
I don't know that it would. I think it'd give me.
Adam can't deal with the lights. It's too much. It's trying to tell me to do shit. I'm trying to do too many
there's
things.
too many red lights, and all I can see is a
What am I-
disappointed look of my father.
That's a whole other problem.
Why is this box so disappointed in me?
I'm sorry.
Phrasing.
I don't know. I don't know why it's even funny.
I'm sorry, Andrew.
Inanimate objects being
I'm
disappointed.
sorry.
He always told us we did such a great job with
I know, we
our
screwed it up.
reads. It's like, no, we don't.
But in all seriousness, I am, because I've never driven this track before, I am looking forward to having this
Yeah.
to kind of give me a little bit of guidance. I mean, obviously, I could still be an idiot and drive off a corner, but it's better than nothing.
Hey, it happens, okay?
It happens to the best of us.
It happens to me. It happens to Sebastian Vettel. It happens, okay? Good drivers drive off the track all the time, including bad drivers. It's okay.
I'm gonna have one of these and a solo in my car, so I'm
You gotta double down. Nothing's going wrong in this
shit's
car,
gonna
guys.
get
I
real
gotta
in the
figure it out.
neon.
Oh my gosh.
Does Josh have the solo? Is that, or do
Yeah.
you have the solo?
No,
Or
I'm not a
Josh?
solo. I'm not rich like that.
Josh is a little.
Solos are like
He's a little uppity. He's got a diesel pusher.
I
and
can
he's got a solo.
I can fire up Harry's on my phone, and we could have
That's right.
three
You
forms of
should.
data acquisition in one.
We should
car.
get you.
well,
we
the
should also
Solo's
get
like
you
double the cost of these.
We should
Apex
get you a
Pro.
radar
I'm
detector
gonna be,
too.
I'm
Just
gonna
to
be
have
pulling
something
onto
else
the
in there.
track with all this stuff suction cupped to my windshield, and JB's gonna Johan Brochet is gonna be sending cars and be like,
I don't think so, dude.
No, dude.
no, I
way.
can see around them.
I have a nice window. It's
It's
fine.
fine. It's like a Fig Newton thing. Just let it happen, man.
We'll get a couple extra phones in there, maybe.
Well, then we'll put a GoPro on it, and you know, just really GoPro at me, GoPro out the front, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be fine.
So yes, my point was I'm looking forward to using it in a track setting, and I'm looking forward to having it on a track that I've never driven on before, and hopefully I don't let us down as a team and myself.
I feel like if anyone's going to be letting anybody down, it's going to be me.
Oh, I don't think you've announced on the show that you're actually driving.
I am
officially driving.
You know, because by the time they listen to this, I'll have driven.
I have driven.
I'm going to be on track for the first time. I told Katie that this weekend is very likely to ruin our life. And she's like, how is this going to affect me? And I was like, no, you don't understand.
It's very expensive.
I told her, well, because so in my mind, I have decided that time attack is my chosen form of motorsport, right?
Yes.
But I've never actually done it.
Yeah. What if you hate it?
Oh, that's not going to happen.
I know you're going to love it.
What's going to happen
It's
is...
going to be the best and the worst at the
What's
same
going to
time.
happen is I'm going to realize just how much I love it, and I'm going to need it to be a part of my life every single
you need
minute
it
of
now.
every single day. Shit's going to fucking...
You're going to have to buy a Miata.
Nah, man.
No, that Omni will be priority number 1.
No. I think... God, I don't know. The car is not the right car for me if I want to start actively pursuing more on-track shenanigans. But I also don't want to sell it.
I get that.
But I have a really hard time justifying owning multiple vehicles whose sole purpose is performance driving.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not rich like Michael.
What?
Thanks, man. Not for throwing me under the bus
What
on
happened?
that one.
I don't have a Porsche and an Italian
mechanic.
Fiat and a
7.
yeah, but that car's never gonna get used again because we don't have a place to drift anymore. It's just gonna
Fine.
sit.
I might put it together. Who
It'll be
knows?
fine.
I get an empty weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody's like building. Everybody's like they never stopped. So
Right.
they're just like they're putting turbos on stuff and
Yeah,
superchargers.
this
and
is
like,
probably the worst.
I know.
year.
Like you guys need to not. You guys just need to walk away. Like go on vacation or something. Just spend money on something else.
Just put money away.
Just put
for
the
for
wrenches
when-
down.
Yeah, for when
Spend
you're
some
actually
money
back.
on
the
your
wrenches
girlfriend
down.
for once.
Put the
maybe.
wrenches down. Time's called. It's out. It's
Put a
stop.
TO
Stop
on-
baking.
TO
Stop
on the
baking.
play.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's gonna be a little bit out of control. I think there will be people losing engines and crashing into
The
each
first
other.
O-Drift event needs something to do with destruction or carnage in the name for
I'll
sure.
go to the second one. Whoever's left, I'll drift with those guys.
Oh, dude, the first one's going to be so much crashing.
Yeah, they're gonna be pushing it hard.
Yeah, and there's going to be a bunch of untested cars that are going to blow up.
I'll bring extra fire extinguishers.
Oh, speaking of crashing, did I tell you that I bought a Hans?
Yes, you did tell me that last week.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that reminds me. I gotta tell
I got a carbon fiber Hans.
I gotta tell
Some circle track guy was selling it, so I offered him what I thought was a cheap price, and he took it.
Locally?
Yeah.
Bitchin'.
Oh yeah, so now I got a carbon fiber one. It's pretty awesome. Pretty excited about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now you need a carbon fiber helmet to complete the look.
Well, mine expires next year, so yeah.
Oh, look at that.
How about that?
Race car things.
Shit, I think I have a 10. I said I was gonna buy one this year,
Yeah,
and
10.
then
I'm waiting until the 20s.
now it's June,
I'm waiting until
so-
the 20s come out.
probably not gonna do
Just
that.
we'll wait till the 20s come out.
The 20s won't come out till 21 though. will they?
Whatever. Yeah, but you can still use your 10 until the 20 comes out.
Right.
Is the 5 still good?
Yeah, the 5's good for.
Oh,
it's
it
good
is
for
good?
10 years.
Yeah, I know.
Not 05, 15.
No, I think 05 was on that list.
No,
It's 10s and 15s. Yeah, the SCCA TTs are, but most people are basically
Right,
anything. It has to be
right.
newer than a 10.
Right.
Most events.
Yeah, but they'll let that helmet slide until the 20 comes out. Is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yes,
so it
I
might
am.
be 11 years old, which my helmet's not that old.
right.
But they'll let that number slide till the next one comes
Yep.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what they
with
did.
you.
That because the 15s came out late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
super
a-
late.
I have a 15. I've worn it like 3 times.
Yep. Yeah, actually, well, when
Mine's not even broke in yet.
yeah,
So.
when 515 went out of business, they were selling Zamps for like $40. So I actually have a 15 as well now.
Should have bought one.
Yep.
I thought I didn't realize you were talking about online. I thought I had to go over there, and I was busy.
ready to go over there, but I saw online. I was like, oh, brand new Zamp 2015, $40, shipped. Like, well,
Shipped?
it costs like.
Well, yeah, $3 to
$3
ship it
to
from
me.
Waukee to Cumming. But
So, yeah.
Anywho,
So, yeah.
and I've got the windshield mount. So Robbie, you've been doing that. You do the read
What?
for the windshield mount. You didn't say the thing.
I've never
the
used-
code.
I've
The
never-
code. The
Oh.
code for the
Code,
fucking
Robbie.
windshield mount.
Go to
Professional podcast.
ApexTrackCoach.com and use the code 10/10ths for a free window mount.
Not 10/10 Apex anymore.
No, we
don't use
changed
that
it.
one.
Nope.
Use the new one.
This
10/10.
is it's free now.
Frizzle.
10/10
For like $40.
free windshield mount when you buy one of these units, which is like half the price of a solo.
So put them,
Just saying.
both of them in your cart, and then when you go to check out, do the thing.
Yep, and then put the code in, then that'll be
Right.
free.
So you got to put the windshield mount in your cart.
And if you buy one, I'll buy you a shirt.
We'll find. Wait, we got tons of shirts.
Well, yeah, but not a
Remember?
10/10 shirt. I'll buy you a
Well,
10/10
we'll
shirt,
figure something out.
or I'll send you one of those.
We
shirts.
said we were going to send him a care package full of shit. That's
I'll send you a
sitting
care
over
package. I don't care.
here. We'll do. Yeah. We'll
You come hang out in my
Michael
garage.
wants to get rid of this shit in his house.
You can come hang out in my garage, and I'll drink a hoppy refresher with
If you buy 2 of those, we'll send you Flatum.
Absolutely not.
At Flatum was $10,000.
Yeah,
I don't think we
you
can
know
afford
many of those. they would
Michael's
have
trying
buy.
to get rid of Flatum.
No,
No,
that is
what's wrong with
staying
Flatum?
here forever.
Scared you.
Well, it's okay now. I know it's in here. It was just the first time. It was just the first time. Gave me a literal heart attack. That's probably why my doctor said I need less stress because repercussions from Flatum.
You
still.
keep seeing Adam everywhere.
It was a little murmur from the Flatum experience. And fuck. You know.
You know how I know he's rich? He gets to go to the doctor.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He has health care. That rich motherfucker.
The answer is just go to the doctor anytime
Whatever
he
he
wants.
feels like.
Were you even sick, you rich fuck?
Nah, I just felt like going. I had some free time.
You guys just don't go to the doctor for the hell of it?
What's a checkup? No, my leg has to be falling off.
No, I
I-
just showed up.
when I had influenza
B.
A, I think I
A.
had second.
Oh, Jesus. You had both of them? You
Yeah, I
had A
had
and
one.
B?
I had A and B. That's why I missed 2 weeks.
Well, I thought you didn't know what the first one was.
That was
Well,
hepatitis C.
They had,
A,
no,
B,
that's next.
C. What's D? What's D? What's after that?
I don't know. I'm sure there's
Dementia.
I am getting old. I mean,
It's going downhill for Adam.
yeah, but so the first time I got the flu or whatever it may have been, I
Yeah.
didn't go to the doctor. But the second time I was like, I already had this shit. What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
me?
you gotta
So
go.
I went to one of those like walk-up healthcare places that they have in the grocery store now.
Oh yeah.
I went to
I
one of
didn't even know
those,
about that.
right? And I don't even remember where I was going with this story, but
You turned out okay.
I
It was
mean,
expensive?
I had
You did it?
no, it was like $20 for the copay, and that
Oh,
was
nice.
it, you know. But
You get copay. That's
oh,
nice.
I know what I was going to say.
I forgot. Robbie doesn't have copay. That's why he's all mad.
It's just all out of pocket until you hit
They were
like
like,
$7,000.
They were like, do you have a family physician? And I was like, no, I don't go to the doctor.
You're my family. physician.
You are now. That is you.
I've been,
Isn't that why I came here?
I've done that.
if I had a family physician, don't you think I would have gone and seen him instead? I don't have a doctor.
Can I put you as my family physician? Well, you're
I
gonna
think you
you're
can.
gonna send
Get the person's name.
You're
just for-
sending me- you're
This is
sending
a
me
quick
the-
care doctor. I don't know what this means.
you're sending me to the infectious
It's not a
disease
doctor.
You're my
It's not a doctor. It's just a
Oh,
like
is
a-
it a
like
nurse
a-
practitioner
yeah,
or a
something
physician's
like that.
assistant?
Yeah, she's 2 or 3 steps up the nurse ladder.
Yes.
It's not a real doctor.
Oh, there's gotta be. There's
It's
somebody
the better
there. isn't
path to go. Honestly,
No,
Yeah,
well,
it's
they,
probably way
well,
cheaper.
yeah, it is.
Cheaper.
Yeah, they were great.
they are.
But all she did was swab my mouth and take my temperature and told me I had influenza and not strep throat and
Off you went.
gave me a couple ibuprofen, made me vomit, and sent me home.
They give you those 800 milligram ibuprofens.
No, they were just like regular ibuprofen. Well, she was
Oh,
like,
she didn't give you a script. You mean?
no, she gave me some when I was in there. She gave me some of that and some nausea med because I was super fucking
Dying.
sick.
Yeah.
But at first I was like, no, I don't need that stuff. And she's like, oh, don't worry, we give it to you for free. And I was like, all right, well,
I'll take
in that
it, I'll
case,
take it.
yeah, bring it on in. I'm not rich here, for God's sakes. Jesus
not
Christ.
buying medicine.
Yeah.
The only medicine I take are the free ones that work in the cabinet.
Yeah, exactly.
Robbie, people are gonna think things about your life.
I'm open. I'm an open book, man.
Turns out being an engineer isn't all it's cracked up to
Yeah,
be.
you sound like the
That's
cheapest
probably-
man alive.
Well, I am. There's no money left in the banana stand. I got 2 cars, man. 2 toy cars.
And the state.
Yeah, the money's gone. But it was worth it.
Sorry, Robbie.
It's so great out
It
there.
comes back.
Yeah,
They
like,
pay.
it
They
does
pay.
every
They pay every week.
Every other week, it's fine. Wouldn't change a thing. I love where I live.
Is that the end of the story?
I just
About doctors.
don't have a family physician. I'm not a rich guy like Michael.
I go to urgent care and that's it.
You, not even the ER.
No.
You can have like a bleeding gash. You're like, no, I gotta go to urgent
That's
care.
not true. I took Robbie to the ER once. He was bleeding all over
that was
place.
the last time
That
I
was the
went
last.
to the ER.
That you get one ER experience, then you don't go again.
I don't mind the ER.
Dude, they let him sit in the ER for like 30 minutes with a head wound.
7 staples.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It was dry by the time we got back there.
Why would they do
Well,
that?
it didn't help that we drove from the south side of Ankeny to Ames.
I didn't know where their hospital was in Ankeny.
Was somebody literally? Was there like a line of people in front of
No.
you missing
No.
arms and stuff?
No, there was almost no one in there.
No, it was like
That's not good, man.
It was the same thing when I messed up my leg. The kid complained louder than me because of his broken pinky, so he went first. I needed
Robbie,
surgery. I
like,
required
8
surgery.
severed tendons,
That's
but
fine.
it's fine.
I had a friend
Robbie,
that
go
we.
with 8. It's a better
We're
story.
gonna have to go through this news really fast, but I had a friend
We
that
got all
broke,
night.
that
It's
broke
fine.
his collarbone. We were dicking around with a mini bike, and he like fell
good
down
time.
a hill,
Good times.
and he
Been
broke his
there.
collarbone.
Haven't been there.
No.
And that shit was like, I mean, it really wanted to come out of the skin, you know. And he was like, because he couldn't see it. I mean, not really. And I'm sure it hurt like a bitch, so he wasn't thinking clearly. And he like pulled it down. He's like, "Does this look okay?" I was like,
No.
Oh no, that looks fucked up, dude. Like, we got to take you to the hospital. So I had to drive him to the hospital, which took 30 minutes, and then we sat in that waiting room for like an hour. I swear to God, he's sweating.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm looking, I'm like, dude, you gotta like, we need to talk about something, or we need to
Right.
like, you need to like, come on, like, stay with me, dude, because if you passing out is not good.
You're about to hit the floor, man.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man, stick with me.
When I broke my left arm, they saw me immediately.
Yeah, yours is bad.
That's weird, man. He sat there.
Well, I
Broken
was also
bone.
in Sheldon, Iowa, and I was like the only person in there.
Oh, it's
so-
Adam again.
That was the first time.
Come on through.
That was
Come
the
on through.
beginning of.
Keep walking.
That was just the beginning of the
experience.
creation of the express lane for me.
I really didn't get hurt that often.
When I broke my right hand, my parents were in Minneapolis, and I was in Lamar's, which is not the town I live in, and I was 17, and I knew that, or I was worried that they wouldn't see me in Lamar's because I couldn't have parent consent, and they were gone. So I drove back to Sheldon because they knew me, and I knew they'd see me and worry about the rest of it on the back end.
And they did.
And they did. My parents got to the hospital as they were finishing up the cast. Good times.
Ah, great times.
That was the second time I broke an arm.
I only broke one.
And then I broke one with Robbie.
Speaking of breaking arms, NASCAR overturns a win for the first time since 1960.
That has nothing to do with breaking arms.
There had to be a transition.
People
We
in
weren't
NASCAR
ready.
have broken their arms before, Robbie.
I don't think they
Come
have.
on.
I don't know if there has
You
happened.
find me one guy.
I'm sure somebody has. Daniel, get on it.
No, he's looking for I'll never LS swap my 240.
I'll bet it would take me less than 5 minutes to find that.
Let him try to find it
yeah,
first.
you find it as soon as we finish this
You
show.
you
and
find
then-
it. Don't tell anybody.
You tell
Let
me.
Daniel look for it if he wants to, and then if he decides that he's out on this deal, then because he's
All right.
got like a new gig or whatever, he's
I'll have
probably
it
busy.
I'll have it for the pre-opener next week. How about that?
Okay.
Sure.
So basically, Brett Moffitt, who's
What?
from Iowa,
He is from Iowa.
Yeah, he is.
he now has the title, or not the title rather,
He
but
won.
he
We
won
won.
by default
Yeah. Without leading a single
Without
lap.
Single lap.
from Ross Chastain. Did I say that right? I think that's
Oh,
his,
sure.
his name.
Yeah,
Ross
why
Chastain. So he led 141 of the 200 laps at Newton, and
Yeah,
they got
the
his
Iowa
car
Speedway.
back into tech, and they determined that his car was too low.
They didn't say how far too low. They apparently said that it has meters, and the meter was like green, yellow, red, and it was past red. Whatever the fuck that means.
They tried to claim
it's,
it
only-
was
it's only a matter of
damage.
not
That was a race team owner.
Right, the
Yeah.
race team.
Yeah.
I would buy that if it was one
One corner.
corner.
Yeah.
Not four corners.
Oh, yeah, the whole car.
They didn't get into specifics. They didn't say how far too low it was. It was just too low. Red. Past red. And I was like,
Well,
what does that mean?
but they were
And they didn't even say how many corners was too low or how they measured it.
the reason I put this on here is because last year we talked about how NASCAR said they were going to take a tougher stance on cheating.
Yes.
You know, we're done with this shit. You guys are getting out of control. Stop with the cheating. What is this, NASCAR?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And here they are,
It's cracking down.
cracking down.
It's good.
I mean, is it
guess
though?
good.
If it
I don't know. I mean,
if it's a legitimate disqualification, I mean,
Yeah.
if it's legitimate cheating,
It just makes me sad at the same time.
yeah, it sucks.
You know,
It sucks if it's true. And it
I
gets
saw a picture of Richard Petty, and it just made me nostalgic.
did you tear up a little?
I did because of the mustache and the cowboy hat and the whole deal.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
times.
And that's what I
He
said.
had-
He had a Monte Carlo, and it wasn't actually a Monte Carlo.
Of course
You know
he
what I'm saying?
did. And there was probably a camel somewhere nearby.
If not him, some of the
yeah,
other,
someone was smoking.
probably
Yeah,
80%
someone
of
had
the
a
other
camel.
people standing around him.
Yeah.
And sponsored by a beer and cigarettes and
I had an epiphany watching the Le Mans race.
STP.
I think that we're about to hit a swing where it's going to be weed money.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It's going to be fully legal.
Well-
and then it's going to be.
I think somebody at Formula Drift had a weed sponsor.
Yeah, his name Danny something or another.
Yeah, then.
It was Danny, but somebody else had one. Yeah, Danny got his. Somebody had.
What's
a
that
strip
guy's
club.
last name?
No,
Danny
the guy
George.
the guy had
George. That's what it is.
not a strip club. It was not Condom Depot. it was something like that.
Something that Ryan Sage wasn't really a big fan of.
Right.
Like an
by the sound.
online purchase your condoms here
I think so.
in bulk type.
Well, I
thing?
remember when UFC had the Condom Depot sponsors on like that's like the only thing the guy had on his shorts was like Condom Depot all across his ass. Like, it's weird. Just a weird sponsor.
It's very awkward.
Dana White must have decided that was not a good look.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't
'Cause they
continue that.
don't sponsor him anymore. At least you
Haven't
see
for a
it.
long time.
No, it's been a while.
Bummer.
So, yeah, I guess my point was, I understand what you're saying, Adam, because I saw that the picture was recent too. It was like around the time I read this article, and I was like, man, NASCAR was just way cooler back then.
Yeah.
I remember even as a kid, like Richard Petty. Like I had a Richard Petty. We had one of those electric track things, the slot car, slot car track.
Oh, I love slot
And I
cars.
had like a couple of Richard Petty cars. I was like, this is the shit. It's
Absolutely.
fucking Richard Petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking mustache.
Superbird
Dude's like 7 feet tall. Yeah.
or Daytona or
No,
whatever
it was.
he
I think it was a
running.
Monte Carlo.
Well, yeah, later in
But yeah,
time, but
yeah.
I mean, he had the winged Dodge, like one of the few muscle cars I lust after.
Nope.
So I don't know. This is reality now. So
I think that's good that they. I mean, despite how I feel about it, it's
Yes.
probably good that they are cracking down on it.
Yeah, they're gonna appeal it, and we'll see how that plays out. Because if they were like, "Oh, but well, I guess it was a break," then it's like, "Well, we just wasted our time." But if
But they have to appeal
legitimately
it.
cheated, yeah,
They're going. Anybody who is disqualified for any point or for any of these things is always going to appeal.
of course.
It's part of the process.
and you have to deny.
What I couldn't believe when I was reading this article, they said that they used to ship the cars back to North Carolina to the NASCAR's Research and Development Center or whatever they called it
Yep,
to do the post-race tech inspections.
that's insane.
But they're all there though too. I mean, I see your point, but
They're
most
not.
of them are there.
Not most, but not all.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Instead of doing them at the race, they shipped them all the way back to North Carolina to check these things.
they got that monster money now.
Shit's fucking out of control, dude. No wonder that no one can afford to do this stuff.
Agreed.
And now they're doing it at the race. Oh, look, the first one they do it at, they find a car that
Problem.
was cheated.
Yeah,
and they-
did you bring your car back to North Carolina? Because that would be bullshit. Do you ship your car back?
Well, I can't imagine that NASCAR's got 60 car haulers and brings them back themselves. They've got to be shipping those back on the team's.
So why wouldn't
Transports?
you put the car back in the transport and
I don't know,
raise
maybe
the car?
NASCAR locks the trailer or something. I don't know, dude. But how did they do that without? Yeah, it just seemed
Yeah, that's weird.
suspicious.
Yes.
Also, incredibly wasteful.
Yes.
So stupid.
I don't know what to say, man.
Well, like I can't remember the driver, but there's a team that was that's based in like Denver, Colorado. So they shipped their car from, say they're at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. They ship it to North Carolina for the post-race tech inspection. Then
Then bring
ship
it
it back to Denver, and then the next race is in Albany, New York, or something. Like Jesus Christ, people.
It's a lot of.
Can't you check this before I put it on the trailer? No.
Yeah, shit's out of control. But anyway,
Yeah,
You can win a racetrack.
oh, Jesus Christ,
we're gonna argue about this.
I know we are.
it's the stupidest thing I've
It's
ever
two against
heard.
one, I can tell you already.
Yep, it's the greatest thing ever.
Dude, there's no. Okay, let's go over the
August
specifics.
13th, Hussett Speedway.
Huset's.
Huset's Speedway.
Formerly Badland Motors,
Oh, fun.
Badland Speedway.
I like that
Badlands.
better.
Yeah, Badlands
Because
Speedway.
it used to be Huset's. They got bought by the Dollar Loan Center shark guy.
Yep.
Ooh.
So yeah, he was raking in money when they were charging like 1,000% interest and whatnot.
Yeah, and they decided that was illegal.
Yep. So, but now he's throwing a fit and leaving South Dakota. So he's trying to sell his track, and then can't buy anybody. He bought it, poured like $15 million into it, and now he's trying to sell it for $9 million, and he hasn't had a buyer in like 2 years. And now, in order to try to get rid of it, he's going to have a race, and winner of said race gets the track.
Which sounds great.
And it's
Except-
a $200,000 buy-in with a max of what? 35
I
cars?
thought that was the minimum, and the max was in the 40s.
No, minimum is 18.
The minimum's 18.
So you're
okay.
probably right. 30
I
something.
want to say 35. I'm not going to scroll through it, but
30 something.
yeah, I thought so.
Sure.
So yeah, $200,000 buy-in. You could legitimately win a $9 million racetrack for $200,000.
Do you think they're going to find 18 sprint car owners that have that kind of cash to put up?
What are the NASCAR drivers doing?
I'll bet Tony Stewart's going to make it to this.
Hell
you think
yeah.
he does?
You think he won't?
I think he would.
The-
If I was Tony
200
Stewart, I'd go,
200
fuck yeah,
grand?
I'll throw 200 grand into this.
Yeah.
Is the track profitable?
Actually, it was super popular.
I think it was. Actually,
when it was Huset's,
I've
it was
been
racing
there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Races all the time.
because this was like our local Knoxville where we grew up.
They would
It's the sprint car track. They do big races there. I mean,
what, the Outlaws, what do they call those?
yeah, the World of Outlaws
That's it.
races were there, and I had a friend
They're
who
racing there
used to
every
have
weekend.
a sprint car that raced there, and I've been there before and watched some races and
Where's
stuff
it,
like
where's
that.
it located? you said?
Brandon.
It's up.
Brandon, South
South
Dakota.
Dakota.
It's right there
Oh, so
around
it's not-
the
not
Sioux
that far
Falls
away.
area.
Yeah, it was a
So-
You guys got
super
200K,
popular
you wanna-
track.
Buy in or no?
Build a race car, quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could get. That's just it. 200 grand is not that hard of an investment. If you have a race team, you get a handful. Be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the worst idea to
Well, the
get.
thing is, like, what was it? Racetrack to win, but then like second place got 200,
You
Yep.
got your money back.
and then like third through
Fifth,
fifth, or
depending on
3 and 4.
Yeah, so if it's 18, it's the winner gets the track. Second and I think third get their money back. If it hits 35, then it pays out through fifth place.
right, but it only paid out 100 grand through fifth, so you get half your money back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still,
I think they could make even more money on this by televising it or even get Netflix in and get into like a documentary.
that's really
where
hard
they
to do.
have.
They'll stream it somewhere.
No, I'm saying
Motorsports.tv.
like
Do a
whatever.
full production.
yeah, do a production like what Netflix did for Formula One last year. You know, if you pick the contenders, the people you expect to win this race,
Yeah.
and you document them the month leading up to this race, getting ready, how they're going to pay for this, how they find that money,
Well, dude,
and then do the race.
It's literally the week after Knoxville Nationals.
And then the week before, there's something in North Dakota, some huge race.
I don't remember, but Knoxville Nationals is $1 million to win, which is crazy.
So, if you're a contender there,
Yeah.
you win your $1 million, you
Yeah.
take a quarter of it, and you go to Sioux
Not
Falls.
even.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I mean, by the time you pay for everything else in your car, and
Yeah.
just set aside a quarter of it,
Okay.
and then go race, and you can get yourself a track.
But then you got to manage a track and keep it profitable.
That's
and,
how many of those racers is not their dream to own that track?
man, I don't know.
I bet
Probably
a
a lot.
lot. A lot.
Especially if you're thinking about maybe not sticking around
I bet
long
it
term.
would. I bet it would shock you the number of people locally that are like, you know what? We could get some investors. You know, this is the dream. This is it. Seems like a lot of money. I would be shocked.
Investors, yes.
I
Like
would be
drop a little
shocked.
agreement saying, hey, I'll give you, the 4 of us will pitch in 50 grand and we split this thing,
Yep.
split the ownership. I bet it happens.
There's a
Well, you'd almost-
there's a large
you'd
number of
almost
people that
have
can risk
to.
50K.
You'd almost have to, if you ended up winning it, you'd almost have to have a group of people to own the thing.
Well, that's or yeah. So you win it, and you could just turn around and sell it for
For 4 million?
4 million.
And you're ahead.
You're,
Yeah.
That's probably
way
what I
ahead.
would do.
So
Yeah,
it's
Just get out, take my money and run.
Yeah, like how quickly can I sell this thing? You
And-
want a 9? How about half that?
and how many racers are a little bit of a gambler?
All of
All
them.
of them, especially sprint car racers, because
Exactly.
And team owners.
kind of gambling with your life there, aren't you? Half the time.
This is gonna fill up, and this is gonna be exciting. We should go.
August 13th. What are we doing August 13th?
Nothing. Who cares?
Sure, I got something that weekend.
Surprise, there's got to be something on this calendar.
No, the only
Robbie.
thing that was in August was RPM.
Omaha. Oh, shit, you're right. Mid-div Omaha.
August is surprisingly
Open. It's like
July
it's our
of, like,
season off.
Mid-div
Basically, I
Omaha.
have, like-
O'Drift.
Omaha. Yeah, everything was in Omaha.
August 17th.
Basically,
Unless
I
we
have
go to
something
Atlanta.
almost every weekend in July, and
June.
then nothing till
Grid Life.
September.
We have to go to Grid Life.
In
That's
Atlanta?
the weekend after.
Yeah,
I'm not going to Atlanta.
we can go to Houston still.
I could be talked into that a hell of a lot easier than I can be talked into.
I might go to.
I want to watch somebody win a track.
We got to keep
Robbie's-
moving, otherwise
Robbie's,
we're
like,
gonna
oddly
we're gonna
into
be
this.
like
I am
really
into it.
over.
Let's do other things.
No, let's do this.
What's the next one?
Robbie's new car has arrived.
No, it's
Robbie's car.
No,
Get the fuck out of
it's
here.
his car, man.
Oh, let me start over. Adam's new car has arrived.
Yeah.
What's the one that you
America.
like that's a kit car?
The DDR motors.
Oh, the DDR.
These
that's
aren't
right.
kit cars anymore. That's actually
True.
so.
You-
The new Ultima. Let's fucking say it here.
Oh,
the
yeah.
new Ultima
Ultima RS.
RS supercar, which I really don't like.
No.
They could just leave that part off.
Yes.
It has arrived. It is modernized looking a little bit. You know.
Yes.
A
They
little bit.
fixed some things. They churched it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
they sleeked it out a little bit. It's
But,
a nicer looking design.
I'm actually kind of bummed that they've done all these things because they keep pushing them out of my realistic goals.
What was the old one? What did it cost?
So back when
He spec'd one out.
it was the Ultima GTR, and it was
Nice.
a kit car.
The Ultimate GTI.
Nice.
It's made by Nissan.
It's not.
Or BMW.
This car's way
Or
faster
Mercedes.
than any of those. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You could drive the Nissan on the street though. And
Drive these on the
it here.
street. They
And
were
own it
kit
here.
cars.
Well,
They were kit cars, dude.
Okay, anyway, continue.
Back then, like I think, so they, like any kit car company, there was multiple tiers of where you could build and buy the car, right? And it uses a Chevy engine, an LS.
hell yeah.
Uses the transaxle out of a 996.
Hell yeah.
As it should.
So I'll just take one of Robbie's engines and your transmission. I'll build
Nice.
myself a race car. It's fine.
Yeah, that's perfect.
But you could source all that stuff through them, and that was obviously a premium over if you tried to probably do it locally, and you could search for deals and stuff like that. I'm pretty certain that I could have gotten the car in a very basic state, gel coated, but ready to be assembled by myself, and then bought the engine and the transmission and all that stuff. And I think I could have had the car together for somewhere around the $40,000 mark. And even the old GTRs, like when they were normal, assembled ones here in America regularly sold into 6 digits.
Yes.
So the one that they used when they rented the Top Gear test track and went out and ran that track, and the record that they set, which I understand that's a little weird, but the record they set at the time would still stand as the fastest car that's gone around that track had it been set by Top Gear. You can take that how you want it. But that was a supercharged small block, like iron small block Chevy that made 700 horse. No traction control, no ABS, manually shifted.
Love it.
Let's do it.
It's okay, because now you can get one with 1,200 horsepower.
Yeah, so this new one, first of all, you can't buy as a kit car. Secondly, it sure as fucking coming to my house for $40,000
The base
66.
The base is now 70 almost.
without which is
It's still
that's a
hell of
lot of
Pretty good
car.
bargain.
of a
That's a
car.
Corvette.
It's not 1,200 horsepower.
No, it's like what 600.
Yeah, but that's
No, I don't think so.
Oh, is it?
LS3 is probably
400.
450,
four.
420,
Yeah.
450.
Yeah,
Still, that's a hell of a car.
It's that or a Corvette.
70
This.
grand. It's cheap.
This all day.
It's a steal.
They're sitting next to each other.
I need one in my life.
Dude, you sell all the things.
I could buy maybe the wheel and tire package. I don't
You got to start somewhere.
I don't know
Once you have
I don't
some
own
of it,
anything that's of value. That's the real problem, Robbie.
sell your body.
Have you looked at my
Parts,
body lately?
parts or as a whole.
Parts are worth way more than as
You
a
can-
whole.
You can start as a whole and then start.
I think
selling
your
parts.
cornea is worth like $100,000.
Just like
Kidneys.
Just
People
like
don't
when
need-
you
we don't
have
need
a
both of
car,
those.
parting it out, I'll probably make more than trying to sell it as a whole.
It's true.
I'm serious, man. I think your cornea is worth $100,000. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Dude,
You don't need.
I don't know where you sell it.
I have my liver's got to be
Top notch.
pretty premium.
So like bring a scalpel.
Plus, you can rebuild that. Just cut it in half. Yeah.
Yeah, I only need half of it.
Yeah.
And you can, I
don't-
could
yeah.
easily run with a kidney.
For sure.
You don't even drink.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Exactly. Half a kidney or a half a liver.
Half a liver and a kidney, I'd be money ahead and have an Ultima.
If somebody proposed that to me, it'd be hard to say no to.
I think the only problem is you got to get into the black market. You gotta,
Oh,
like,
Mr. Ethical over here.
No, I'm just saying, like, you got to know a guy that knows a guy.
Because you got a Porsche.
No, I'm just saying, you got to know a guy that knows a guy. Damn it. That had nothing to do with what I was talking about. It's like, you just don't. It's like going on the dark web. Like, you don't just go there.
Sure you can.
It's not like you just
It's wide open.
You just you don't Google it. How do you get there?
We got to Google how to get there.
No, that's not how that works.
That's how you get an FBI van in your front yard.
That's why you use a VPN that says you're in Canada.
Oh, okay. There you go.
How do you get to the dark web? That doesn't work. That's not how that works.
Yes, it does. Look it
No,
up.
it doesn't.
I don't need a guy to tell me how to get to the black web.
No, it's not. Anyway, just like I'm saying, you got to know a guy that knows a guy.
What do you think semen and blood's worth these days?
Not enough.
Go to that place, the plasma place. Get the plasma.
It sucks. Like $20.
It's not worth it.
I did it in college.
Here's my thing about that.
What's
You
it?
take something out of me, it's yours now.
I don't want.
You don't put that shit back in.
It's out. It stays out.
The saline coming back. Was
It's
such a
the
weird
worst.
I've never done it.
So they like shake your plasma out and then they give you
give
your
the
red
blood
blood
back.
cells back.
feeling. And saline.
But they put saline in to displace whatever plasma volume they took. But
What
the
the fuck?
saline's room temperature.
Why can't they just put the blood in?
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't they just keep it?
They're always talking about how they need blood. Why don't they just keep the
Because
blood?
once the plasma's gone, the red blood cells aren't worth anything.
That's true. You can
Throw it away?
You can donate it all or sell the plasma.
That's what I don't understand. You can donate it, all of it, or you can sell the plasma.
What? Why why can't you sell your blood?
Or maybe just donate it all. Like, either way.
Yeah. Let the plasma people do whatever they want with it. Well, it's gone.
But my
now.
thing is, it's like if you take something out of me, it's yours now. Like, that's
That's
your
your problem.
responsibility.
Right. You took that out.
I have
That's your
gifted it
problem.
to you. You gift me your $20 and I gift the
leave.
fuck out of here.
The worst part was that it was always on like a refillable gift card thing. And you couldn't.
You didn't know
Yeah.
how to fucking use it
No.
anymore.
Or how much it was worth.
Yeah, you had to like pay to check the balance. It was super annoying.
Or you'd swipe it and it was only $12 and I thought there was 20 on there, so now I got to swipe my other card for the other 8.
It sounds like a scam. Like it doesn't.
It was
sound-
a
something about
hassle.
doesn't
It was
sound
too
quite
much of a
right.
I did it
hassle.
once. So my little sister wanted to start doing it. I went with her.
Uh-huh.
And then she didn't weigh enough to do it anyway. And I was like, motherfucker.
So now you got to do it by yourself.
But now I'm here, so I'm going to
Yeah.
do it. Never
Give me that
again.
money, yeah.
Never again.
I did it twice a week for a long time.
It's not worth it.
It was worth it in college.
in college, it's probably
was
worth
worth
it for beer money.
I didn't want to add to that tab of money I owed mommy.
No.
So I'd get to the end of the month like, I don't have enough for rent.
There's enough. There's other ways to sell or to make money.
Like what?
I tore apart houses on weekends.
I didn't have that option.
So
Anyway, is that it on the?
The
I need an
GTR.
ultimate.
The
now
ultimate
in my
RS.
life, even
The
more.
ultimate RS.
Ooh,
What I'm happy
it's
about.
better than the Ford RS.
No, it's
it's
not.
the ultimate RS. Yes, it is.
No, the ultimate RS is a Ford.
What I'm happy is that they've moved away from GTR and they were at GTR, right?
Yes.
And then they went to Evo.
That was lame.
Nice.
And I'm glad they've moved away from
Ultimate
that
Evo.
to RS.
Yeah.
Can they
Why do they have
pick
to
some
copy
different
names?
letters?
Yeah. Why do they copy names all the time?
What else are they going to do? ZF?
Yeah. No, that's a
Something-
transmission.
That's transmission.
It's a nice
Son of a
transmission. It's a nice fucking
It's
transmission.
the ultimate ZF right there. God damn it. Why can't it just be the Ultima?
They only make one.
You know what would make
Because that's a
It's a two-
Nissan.
That's an Ultima.
Oh, my bad.
I've had to explain that more than once.
The
Too.
Ultima GTR.
Oh, I didn't know they made a GTR spec of the Ultima.
Nice.
That's not what I said.
I appreciate you putting that together, though.
It's amazing that you click 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. That was the S. No, they didn't even make an SCR Ultima.
No. Sentra.
Sentra.
The spaceship looking thing.
Now Porsche overcharges you for a wrap, among other things.
When
When are you
get
going to
the
get
wrap
yours?
now?
Did you get yours?
I think I can get it, can I? Didn't
Yeah,
it say I could
absolutely.
take my Porsche back and have them do it?
I don't
Yeah, you
think
got to
so.
take it to Germany.
If you got,
Yeah.
don't you need like a?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a 919. Oh, I guess it is 996 was on that list, wasn't it?
I think so.
They
Plus, it
seemed,
costs like a fortune.
they
costs
seem to
$5
suggest
grand,
that they would
basically.
even be willing to do other models or other makes.
Really?
It'll still say Porsche on it.
But-
yeah, I don't understand the whole thing about like what cars they're doing and not doing. It's like, why wouldn't you just do new cars? Like, why mess
Yeah.
around wrapping old cars?
Why bother? Yeah,
And it doesn't sound like they're doing it either. They're licensing, somebody like Zion to do it.
Huh.
And then they're taking a cut. Probably a large
big
cut,
cut.
I'm
Huge
sure.
cut.
Like double.
Well, yeah, we're like we get the Martini logos, and then it's like $7,000.
Oh, maybe they license that
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah,
so
the-
it's
yeah, the
technically
Martini's
legal.
licensed,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's an official Martini
Yes.
livery because
Golf
they
and
paid for
Martini
it. Yeah,
$7,000.
Some of their
I
crazy
could kind of see
Le Mans
why
liveries.
that might be expensive
Does it have
if it's an official license.
Does this have some sort of warranty?
Probably
Sure
not.
not.
It's probably 4
not
years,
yet.
3,000 miles or something.
I mean, these people drive their cars anyway. It's not like it's ever going to see the sun, Robbie.
That's true.
You don't need
Except,
to warranty
when
that.
when you go get coffee. Yeah.
No,
Nice.
they send somebody to do that.
Now when you go to Cars and Coffee,
Cars-
talk about
Cars
your
and
sport
Coffee.
exhaust.
I didn't talk about it, somebody else talked about it.
Yeah, but you were like,
What?
you were super excited about the fact that it just happened.
Yeah, he like jumped up like,
No.
let's talk about it.
No, I
Yeah.
was talking to the guy with the 928 at the time. I wasn't paying any attention.
Liar.
Did you ask him if you
Wait,
could
come
drive
back.
it?
Come back.
Did you ask him if he could drive it?
His 928? Oh
Yeah.
shit, I should have. He would
Yeah.
totally let me.
Yeah,
I know 2 guys with 928s now.
I'm shocked.
it's on the
Yeah.
bucket list.
Woo!
Well, you're in the club now. You can just call him up.
That's on the bucket list.
It is. I should do. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll ask.
Does that
somebody
even
if I
count
can-
on the bucket list anymore now that he's got the 996?
Dude, it absolutely counts because the
I wanted to
928,
drive-
the 928 and a 911 couldn't be more different and
Alright,
still
fair
be
enough.
Porsches.
Fair enough.
It's a front-engined V8 car
Sick.
with stupid headlights.
Questionable headlights.
You know, if you sold the RX-7, I bet you could get a 928.
No, I get a
Not.
944.
Yeah,
Whatever. I don't
or
know.
maybe
I don't know what you
a
want.
Not a good
914.
928.
I don't know what you
They're kind of
want.
expensive.
or maybe a 9.
928s are big money all of a sudden, especially manual ones.
You could maybe
Both
get a
those guys have manuals.
968.
No, those are big time money.
Really?
Yeah, like big money.
I thought those were like step down from 928
No,
because
they're
those
like-
were like
35 grand.
those were like 4-cylinder cars.
The most sought after Porsches make like 100 horsepower.
I know.
None of it makes any sense.
I know.
It's all speculative.
I have no idea.
I was talking to somebody, you'll know who it is, but I was talking to somebody about GT3 RSs, and he said that you can't even buy one. And if you wanted to buy, like, if you could get an allocation for one, you'd have
A
to
new one?
Yeah, you'd have to spend another like 20 to 40 grand to get it. And you can buy a used one, like a 10-year-old used one, for the same price as a new one. Like, it's crazy. Nothing makes any sense. Like, none of it makes any sense at all. I was like, why? Who's doing this? Like, why are you buying? Like,
You.
not me. No, who's
But you
buying
would
it?
if you
Who's-
could.
Yeah, probably would. But like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
it's because I can't. I'm like, who would do this? But
It's
if I had the
craziness.
money, I'd be like, yeah, I probably would.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
Yeah. You would
none of it makes any sense.
you
though.
would put your deposit down on the new one and then,
And then
buy
buy
the
an old
used
one.
one
Yeah,
until
no.
you could get the new one and sell it.
and
It's
probably
all- yeah,
probably
your
make
money
10
ahead,
grand on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Come out
and then
ahead.
Pay for part of my deposit, and then I'd have
Yeah.
the new one. And all of a sudden, the new one's worth like 60 grand more than I bought it for, and
You just
You
trade
just
your
trade-
way
trade
up.
'em around.
Trade your way up to 918 Spiders.
yeah, you just keep trading GT cars till you get to the top.
I
It's
like
a perfect business
You
plan.
need a
What could go
Carrera
wrong?
GT is what you need.
I do need a Carrera GT.
Shortlist, baby.
Death
Yeah.
machine though.
Shortlist of
Yeah,
cars.
be careful. on
Check
that.
those tires,
Be
son.
careful in that car.
Just
Don't
drive
be
it.
a passenger.
Drive it often enough that you need to put new tires on it occasionally. You'll be good.
That's true. But there are 888s on it. You'll be fine.
Put the R888s on it.
Yeah.
Fixed it. Actually, that might be bad because they'll dry out.
Yeah, probably.
Kill you. That's it. Can we be done?
You're not
That's
gonna-
plenty. That's tons.
You don't need an expensive wrap on your Porsche.
I'm gonna pass on the expensive wrap. If I want to wrap, I'm gonna take it to Zion
No shit.
and have them do like a Mexico blue or something.
Yeah, like or custom color. Or
Yeah.
Custom
Marlboro livery.
Yeah, something fun.
Nah, not on the Porsche.
Something original.
I like Mexico blue. That's what I would do.
I don't know
Or
what that
az-
means.
Yeah,
azul.
what the hell does that mean? Is
That's
that
that
right?
light blue
Yeah,
color.
sounds
Is
racist
it like
to
a,
me.
yeah? Is that a Porsche color? Or is that like the racist color?
It's like almost like that golf color. It would be that color.
Oh, you just get
That's
some
baby
orange
blue.
accents. You'd be great.
That's baby blue.
It's Mexico blue.
Why do
From
we have
what
to?
company?
Why do we have to make this so
Porsche.
difficult?
It's Porsche's Mexico blue.
Yeah, there's several different types of Porsche of Mexico blue, but yes,
There is. Jesus
there's
Christ.
different names for
There's
them.
996 Mexico blue. There's 997 Mexico,
Mexico
blue.
blue.
It's a thing.
Now he's got to look it up.
do.
Mexico blue.
It pops right up.
BMW has a Mexico blue also, but it's called I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Laguna Seca blue.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that's a great color.
I think it is that color, isn't it? Yeah, that color. That's a 991 though.
How would I know?
That's
Come
a
on,
GT.
Robbie.
It's the first color that popped
That's a
up.
GT something.
4
2?
1.
No, 4 is a Cayman.
Yellow.
One's a
GT
Le Mans car.
GTR
It's definitely a GTR.
Ultimate.
Ultimate. It's the ultimate of the GTRs. Can we be done? This is way too long.
Yeah, let's shut it
Way,
down.
It's been like
way,
what,
way
an
too
hour and a
long.
half?
No, it's been over 2 hours.
Shut it down. I
Too
gotta go
much.
to work.
Bye.